What is up, Angry Ginger Army? How's everybody doing this fine Tuesday? I'm lucky I know what day it is. It's been rather busy. Oh, man. We had our interview yesterday. We had our interview with Dr. Debbie Goldman. And I gotta tell you, it was a bit on the stressful side. It's probably the most stressful an interview has been so far. And no shade to Deborah Goldman, Dr. Deborah Goldman. But sometimes I think people don't quite understand how stressful it can be from this side of the mic. And there was some technical difficulties getting on, as there oftentimes are for some of my guests. And, there's this thing with the third party that kind of makes these things happen, that connects us with each other, where they don't tell people that it's audio and video, and every single guest that shows up is super surprised by audio video. But most of the time, generally that settles it down after a couple jokes, a couple times where I tell them it's all good. I'm here for you. I'm just, you take your time, comb your hair, put on a shirt. But it was a little more, I would say my guest was a little more agitated than they normally are when first getting on. And that caused it to be quite stressful. But it was a pretty good interview. I think that it's going to turn out good for you guys. I can tell you guys that usually it's really hard to get one of these authors to disparage the administration. Deborah was not. Not hard to get her opinions on those things. So I think it was a really good interview. But from my side of the aisle, it was definitely a bit more on the stressful side. A couple times I've had, people that have had technical difficulties or have just kind of had, something going on in the background or something like that. And generally, I just joke my way through it and try to make people feel as comfortable as possible. But it was a little bit more stressful than normal. Let's just put it that way. But we got some editing to do on the interview, and then we'll release it. I think you guys will really like Deborah. I think you guys will be really interested in this book. It was a book that I didn't think at the time would be all that interesting, but as is oftentimes the case with people, when I get them to come on the interview, I get a book, I get to read the book, and oftentimes when I queue up the book for a read, I don't know much about the subject, and I didn't know very much about this subject, and I'm really happy that I chose to have this interview. She's very intelligent, very well spoken, lots of life experience, and some great opinions on the current administration. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Let's see who's in the chat. Let's say hi to everybody. Take it out of Top Chat. I'm in Top Chat. We're in Top Chat. Don't be in Top Chat. Greetings from Fort Worth, Texas. Scott, you got first. Troy Scott, number 1. Ichiban. TOG. What's up, TOG? What's going on? Fancy. Hi, Kay. Phil, what's up, Phil? Nils, hi, Nils. Shin, what's going on, Shin? 5-alarm fire, $20. I wasn't even on yet. You're throwing money at my waiting screen. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, AG, I was on Pep Talks live stream. He's on board and wanted me to throw you a what's up. What's up, Pep Talks? For those of you guys that don't know, 5-alarm and all of his friends have a nice Discord from the Aegis. Oh, I bet I don't have my Nightbot turned on. Nightbot's going to be sharing their Discord server with you guys. 5-alarm can share the Discord server if you guys want one. Just let him know. It's a great community. You get a chance to potentially talk to content creators over there. Sounds like Pep Talks is joining me. So if you guys are interested, ask 5-alarm fire for the link to that Discord. And if Nightbot is turned on, Nightbot should start doing some things. But actually, I don't see the Nightbot in there, so most likely not turned on because I'm really bad at the technical stuff. So anyways, that's what's going on. Thank you for the $20, 5 Alarm. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's see. Swift. What's up, Swift? What's going on? Bucket in the house. What's up, Bucket? Let's see. Who else is in here? Renee. What's going on, Renee? Drew Dragon. Greetings from Amsterdam. I love seeing you guys from all around the world. Max left. What's up, Max? Anne Marie Morgan. Hi. All right. Texas isn't even America. They haven't seceded yet. That's not until a Democrat is in office. Then Texas tries to secede when there's a Democrat in office. California tries to secede when there's a Republican office. And when those two things stop happening, we'll know America has healed. But I don't think that's ever going to happen, to be honest. Silent Siren. What's up, Silent? So what we got going on here? We got things and stuff. And I'll tell you this. I took the extra day off Sunday to try to prepare for this interview because it kind of snuck up on me. And I was tired, and I needed to get that. So thank you guys, for hanging out and being here. And this week we should probably be on today, Wednesday, Thursday, possibly Friday. Saturday will not be a stream. As Saturday, I'm going to a friend of mine's house to watch some boxing and play some blackjack, drink some beers, because everybody needs to have a day. Like I said before, don't let people steal your joy. Still enjoy the life. There's a fight to be fought that we will continue to get out there and fight, but don't let them take your joy. So I'm going to go talk to some friends of mine, a group of people that I greatly enjoy. They're farmers. I connected with them as their orchard does big business with the store that I work with, and he's one of the coolest people I know, one of the most giving people I know, and really, what exemplifies what I find to be positive traits in a human being. So I can't wait to go hang out with him on Saturday. But there will be, unless in the morning, I might try to do a morning show. If I do a morning show, then I'm going to head out after that and go hang out with my buddy and watch some boxing, drink some beers, and play some blackjack, and try not to talk about politics, but it's probably going to happen. Allegedly, a friend of mine. Thank you, Robert. What's up, Robert? What's going on? So, yeah. So we got some stuff today. I know you guys have probably been seeing all the 100 days bullshit. We're actually going to, let's just pop down here. Boom. Look at that. I'm a professional. We're going to actually watch a Hasanabi video because I don't really watch other streamers or their reactions, but I know some of you guys like some of these guys. And I don't watch a lot of other streamers off stream. I do try to jump into their chat and say hi to people and, do the rounds, but for the most part, I end up in pep talks. I end up in straight facts, no chaser. And I try to support the little guys, 21st century suffragettes. So I spend a lot of my time in smaller creators' channels, and I don't end up in these big streamers' channels very often. I don't watch a lot of their videos, so I think sometimes I'm not really up to date on who these people are and what they believe, and whether or not I completely agree with their decision or their content. And I've said before, like, one of my biggest things is I don't feel it's productive to be hypercritical of other left-wing content creators, so I kind of avoid watching some of that on stream. But we're going to watch a Hasanabi video because we do have his 100 days of Trump up here. So we're going to watch a dude, watching a dude, watching a dude. It's totally not gay, guys. Totally not gay. It might be a little gay. You know what? 3 dudes, 1 room, watching some stuff. Might be. And then after that, we're going to watch the Terrence Howard video. I got my game queued up so that way I can sit here and try this puzzle game because I like puzzle games. While the Terrence Howard Professor Dave video plays, it's an hour and a half. I want to try to get through the majority of it, and I know that if I don't have something to distract me, I will just pause the video every 10 seconds and we'll only get through 15 minutes of video. So this is my way of distracting myself to try and get us through these things. Thank you, Bucket. The best professional is AG. 3 dudes, 1 screen. Thanks, Swift. Who said it earlier? Who said, let me scroll back up here. Somebody said, was it TOG said my beginning music sounds like her like their doctor's music for their hold. That is low key a sweet burn, TOG. Sweet burn. Those are the ones I like. I like when you guys drop some sweet burns, okay? Not too much, remember? I'm a ginger. I burn easily, okay? Mitchell, what's up? What's going on, Mitchell? All right. So, yeah, we're going to watch this Hasanabe video on the 100 days of Donald Trump. You guys know what I think. I'll obviously comment a bit on the video, but you guys know what I think. It's, you never hope for the pilot to crash the plane. Even if the pilot slept with your wife, you still don't hope that he crashes the plane. You hope he gets Ebola in his dick, but you don't hope that he crashes the plane. And, I look at everything that's going on in America right now. I watched a video this morning on the Singapore Prime Minister, his speech. And I tell you guys, I was watching it just going, God, I wish this guy was our president. He's so well-spoken. He talked a lot about, working with the globe and how to treat your allies well. And I would say, once again, low-key burns. He did such a good job. He didn't call out Trump. He didn't talk any trash. He just over and over said, you don't treat your allies badly. You work with global trade. This is where the economy in the world is going. The service industry is one of the most important parts of our economy moving forward. He talked a little bit about that and what Singapore is doing. And unfortunately, a large part of what he was talking about was working with the other people in the world and not with America. So, it's incredibly disappointing. And, as much as I dislike Donald Trump, as much as I think he's a terrible leader, as much as I think that his policies are horseshit, as much as I think that, the people that he appoints are buffoons, I still, to this day, I don't want to see the economy go into a depression. I don't want to see the people in my chat, the people that I know in my real life, the people that, I work with, the people that my customers, I don't want to see them struggle. And, so I don't root for the plane to crash. I want things to go well. I want to get through this administration with America whole and still constitutional. I want our democracy to be safe, and I want to be able to see some improvement in America's opinion of America 4 years from now when we can elect somebody that's actually not going insane. And to get there, that means that Donald Trump can't burn the country down between now and then. Unfortunately, I think it's a good possibility that he does. But, I just want you guys to know that I talk a lot of shit. I don't think that he's a very good person. I don't think he's even a slightly competent president. And I think that his administration is filled with idiots. But at no point do I want to see this country go into depression and you guys suffer from that, me suffer that, my family suffer from that, my friends suffer from that. So, this is 100 days of disappointment for me. Watching a president of the United States act the way that Donald Trump has over the last 100 days, it's the least presidential shit I've ever seen in my life. The way that the White House has posted on Instagram and trolled and made ASMR videos, and you got Donald Trump now putting out a 2028 hat, all that shit, it just speaks of an immaturity and buffoonery that does not befit the office. And it's really disappointing to see Americans willingly supporting the trolling of a country to own the libs. I'll just never be able to wrap my mind around that. Like when Joe Biden got elected, the last thing I'd want Joe Biden to do was to deport MAGA supporters because they disagree with him politically, to, go around, deporting people that he thinks, like, I fucking hate Aryan Brotherhood people. I hate white supremacy. I hate skinheads, but they deserve due process and they deserve to be put on trial. And, if they've committed a crime, then they deserve to go to jail. But there's nothing about any of this that has happened over the last 100 days that I can support. The closest thing that I've seen so far to any kind of W for America at this point was the talk of integrating AI into K through 12. And even that, I know at this point that they're just going to fuck that up too. They're probably going to have Grok up in that bitch. Although, you know what? Grok has actually been doing a good job of calling out Elon. So maybe Grok's actually okay. But it's 100 days of disappointment for me. It really is. To see Americans, not just Donald Trump, but to see Americans so willingly support the owning of the liberals just for the shits and giggles, and in the end, helping to further the destruction of our constitutional democracy. And that's just really disappointing to see, and I can't say it enough. I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed. 5 Alarm, thank you for the 10 memberships. We actually see the people getting the memberships. Look at this shit. We actually saw it. KT, you got one. Jen, you got one. I like to see the people that are here get them. Feels like 100 years. Mitchell, you ain't wrong. Golf, what's up? What's going on, Golf? Oh, man. So, unknown, what's happening? You guys pop in. I got to say hi. Yeah, I saw the first articles of impeachment are drafted. When it comes to the articles of impeachment, hey, let's just pop back up here real quick. Let's have a conversation before we get to the videos. When it comes to articles of impeachment, the thing that I hope that Democrats have learned from the original Trump term as president is it doesn't do any good to impeach Donald Trump if the Senate isn't going to follow through. And I do think that this time around, you're probably looking at more of a chance of certain Republicans, the Senate and the Congress getting on board. I doubt that it would make its way through the House. I doubt that Mike Johnson would allow it, with Mike Johnson pulling all the bullshit that he's been pulling lately. You want to talk about somebody that should get Ebola in their dick. Mike Johnson. I hope he gets all of them. I hope he gets Ebola. I hope he gets herpes. I hope he gets hepatitis. I hope he gets monkeypox inside of his nostrils, his mouth, and his anus. That's what I'd like to see for Mike Johnson. Just in every orifice, every open hole. I would like to see that happen for him. That would be great. But I hope that Democrats have learned that attempting an ineffective impeachment of a president just motivates his base. If you're going to go through with that kind of shit, then you better make it fucking follow through. Because I think that not just Democrats, but I think the world is tired of seeing people attempt to hold these ultra wealthy people or these politicians accountable for their actions and then never fucking follow through. It feels like gaslighting. It feels like people are just really, it's the flavor of the day, and then they just move on to something else. So if they're gonna do that shit, they better do it right. They better get that shit done. That's all I got to say about that. So you can't just fucking say you're gonna do stuff and then posture. I mean, we saw that even with the Republicans with Biden, right? You notice nobody talks about the Biden crime family anymore. So fucking insane. So insane. All the things that just don't get talked about anymore. The Biden crime family, it was so important, bros. Man, we gotta get rid of these guys. They deserve to go to prison, like every single one of them. No more talk of the Biden crime family, because they're full of shit. And that's just like their impeachment was full of shit. So, I mean, do I feel like Donald Trump could be impeached or should be impeached? I think that what he's doing with the stock market, with the meme coins, what he's done with tariffs and the way that it's affected just normal, everyday people, middle class down, I do believe that that's an impeachable offense. I think that the way that he has destroyed our connections with The Canadians, as you guys saw just recently, was it Carney? Mark Carney, is that his name? Got elected in Canada. Like, that's insane. I mean, if there's a silver lining to what's happened, the fact that the Conservative Party in Canada was positioned to take that election pretty significantly, got just straight turned around, makes me want to move to Canada, to be honest with you, because it sounds like Canada is America Junior. It's like the younger brother that saw the older brother, and I know Canada probably gonna say, well, we're older than you, but hey, we don't need to get there, okay? Just saying, you look at it and you see what Canada did and you went, fuck, man. Like, they get it. They understood it. They heard the call to action and they got up and they did the goddamn thing. And here in America, we chose not to. And that's really sad, really disappointing. But at the end of the day, seeing what happened in Canada really gives me hope, really gives me faith for like the globe and hopefully the influence that they can push on to America. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump has created a rift between us and our allies. It doesn't matter if he gets tariff deals done. It doesn't matter if, he creates trade agreements with these people. It's the damage is done, man. You can't be that person. You can't in any given negotiation. If you are the person that is the over the top bully in the negotiation, really all that's doing is like it's getting your fast food negotiation done, right? You're getting the things you think you want done now, but the further repercussions for the future when you come to them to need aid, when there's a war and you need defense, when someone discovers trade deposits of minerals that we would love to have, we're going to be second priority. And that rift I don't know that we'll ever heal that rift, because listening to the Singaporean Prime Minister this morning, he was talking about how America as a whole, regardless of party, was, starting to pull back and really, for certain good reasons. The debt is something that needs to be taken care of. Donald Trump not doing that. Donald Trump added $8 trillion to the debt in his first term. He's already, what did it cost us? $132 billion to get $150 billion in savings from Doge. Like, we fired countless Americans. We've unemployed many. He wants to use Schedule F now to fire even more, tens of thousands of people. He's devalued the dollar. Like, the list just goes fucking on, man. It's really disappointing to see, and I do think that that's an impeachable offense. I think that if you only care about billionaires and ultra-wealthy people, then you should be impeached by the rest of the world, the other 95% of us, the rest of the country, other 95% of us that are here in America. So, I do think it's impeachable. I do think that he is not a president for the people. I've had some good conversations with conservatives lately, really good conversations about Trump, and I've heard from them in my personal experience how disappointed they are and how they feel like they got conned. I mean, look, can I rub it in their face? Can I say fuck around and find out all those things? Yeah, I could, but really at the end of the day, I think the W to take here is like to see people and see like the recognition in their eyes that like, this was a mistake and he's not a representative for the people. He doesn't care about us. He got our vote, not mine. He got our vote, but we now see his true colors. And so, I mean, it's sad that it took this long for them to see it, but it's also really good for America and its future to see that at least some of these Americans that I thought were lost are capable of looking at it and saying, hey, this is not good. This isn't good for any of us. Gnome Dome, $20. Thank you so much. From Canada, a threat of U.S. invasion was the biggest factor in swing voters this election. We view the U.S. as the 22nd Republic No! We view the U.S. as the 22nd Republic of Russia now. Not Americans, but America KKK. Oh. I'm sorry, Gnome. I can't apologize enough, man. My naughty Nana does. It's sad, dude. It's like I said, it's like being in a relationship with a moron. It's like you can't take your significant other to a party because they get fucking blackout drunk and shit on the bed. You know, that's where we're at with America. It sucks. It sucks because it's like you want to go to the party, you want to have a good time, but your significant other is going to get drunk, fight somebody, and shit on their bed and steal somebody's purse. You know? Like, that's Donald Trump right now. It's really fucking sad. It's really fucking sad. You want to hear, Troy, you want to hear what the conservatives have said in real life? Well, one of the things, what I just said, we talked a little bit about why, and the gentleman I was talking to said when he heard about Trump and negotiations, one of the main things that he had heard was about this report where Trump had, he was trying to sell a building to this Asian faction that wanted to buy some building in New York. And instead of selling him the building, he took him to the land and showed him the land and showed him the city and showed him the people. And they ended up buying it. And he said, you know, I just felt like he really had these really good negotiation tactics. I felt like he was much smarter. I felt like that, you know, he was going to do really good things for the country. And he's like, one of the things that he pointed out he was really sad about was he said the fact that Trump pointed out that Biden should be impeached because of the dropping of the stock market. That the stock market being lower than it was when he entered office should be an impeachable offense. And he said he found that to be really like disconcerting that Trump would say that and then do what he's done. And then he also said, you know, he's like, I was sitting there in the morning thinking about it, and, you know, I'm just seeing all of these people like Charles Schwab making $2.5 billion. He's like, you know, I saw that money getting transferred to the wealthy. And what I said to him is, when we look back at this period of time, we will look at this period of time much like we did at COVID. COVID was considered one of the largest transfers of wealth from the middle class to the upper middle class, or I'm sorry, to the ultra wealthy. And I told him, I go, I think that we're going to look back at this time, and we're going to see once again, quite possibly even, a larger transfer of wealth from Americans to the ultra wealthy. And he was really disappointed in that. So just, you know, like I said, no need to say, you know, you're the one who fucked this up. You're part of the problem. I think he understands. He got it. And I think that that's the important lesson to learn here. Like, you know, people have said before, until somebody touches it, you see, you know, I don't know if anybody, you know, has seen this either, but, you know, at least 2 people now that I've met have had that. Thank you, Luke. Thank you for joining the Ginger Snaps. Welcome to the Ginger Snaps. It's the end of my day. I just got home from work. Welcome to the Ginger Snaps, Luke. A niece in law and her 2 daughters are going to the Philippines next month for a month. She's born there. TOG. Good luck with that. It's crazy. The number of people that Russian lady, that scientist who got deported, the Irish lady that recently she had a fucking conviction for drugs 20 years ago, completely expunged, and she was just detained after going to Ireland and coming back. She was detained and possibly going to get deported as well. Like, this is insane. It doesn't, like, every single one of these things that people want to talk about, whether it's the immigration system being broken or, you know, the economy needing to be fixed, or the debt needing to be driven down, or waste, fraud, and abuse, corruption in our government, all of those things are bipartisan topics that we do want to talk about. But Donald Trump has created this rift in Americans, and he did it on purpose because he knew, because of his days in the WWE, he knew that, you know, Americans love a good heel. Americans want to be able to speak out. And to be honest with you, after watching that fucking flagrant video with Pete Buttigieg, where he, like, you know, everything Buttigieg would say, fucking Andrew Schultz and the other dipshits on the show would be like, yeah, bro, like, no, actually, we believe all those things. It, like, made me feel, after I got done, I was like, these people are literally fighting the fight to say the word retard. That's it. It's like, it's so insane to me that this is where we're at. But it's like, these people chose, and I'm talking about Andrew Schultz and his friends. I'm not talking about all people. I'm saying that people like him literally voted for Trump because they're like, it just sucks we can't say retard anymore, dude. It just sucks. You know, people are policing our language. And I think it's ridiculous. I was just watching Anthony Jeselnik, Dark Prince of Comedy. He's got some of the most inappropriate, fucked up jokes, but he can tell them in a way that are funny, And he, funny enough, actually brought that up. He said, what did he say? He's like, Joe Rogan's my bro, but if you watch his show, you're a fucking moron. He's like, no, I like Joe. I'm friends with Joe. But if you watch his show, you're a fucking moron. And he started out the joke by saying, he goes, I hate cancel culture. And everybody kind of cheers. And he goes, that's what you say if you want to get on the Joe Rogan podcast. But I don't believe in cancel culture. And he went on to say, he's like, the thing about comedy is, your audience is what matters. And there's no such thing as cancel culture in comedy. Because if you're standing up on a stage and the audience isn't laughing, then you're not doing your fucking job or you're talking to the wrong audience. And, that's me. I don't think that George Carlin would have been a big fan of, trying to suppress speech. I don't think Bill Burr agrees with that kind of shit. I think that what it is what it's always been, is if you have shitty jokes that people don't like, then they don't show up. You're not being canceled. You're just not fucking funny. And if, you want to be able to say the R word over and over again, and you think that's like the freedom of being able to joke, then that's fucking dumb. Like, that's not jokes. Jokes are more than that. Humor can be immature. It can be lowbrow. It can be controversial. It can be edgy. But if people ain't laughing at it, it ain't fucking funny. It ain't cancel culture. It's just you ain't fucking funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that, like, people are going to make a huge deal out of. I mean, he makes trans jokes. He makes kids jokes. He's fucking, one of his funniest jokes is like, people ask me, Anthony, why do you make so many jokes about kids? And he's like, because I fucking hate them. Just his delivery is fucking hilarious. It's like, it is what it is. But anyways, we're going to be up here all day talking about the shit that I watch and all that stuff if we don't get to it. Yeah. Let's see who's in the chat. Paula, what's up? R's wife, what's up? Christina, what's up? Jeannie, what's going on? Muriel, I don't think I said hi. XNV, I don't even know what the fuck that means. Or in your case, blocks it until moderator approval. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Try using full sentences. Thank you for being on Twitch. I appreciate you being on Twitch, but what the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ. Why is it specific to Twitch that the people on Twitch, is there like a character count? Because it seems like every person that goes over on Twitch is like, uses incomplete sentences. Is that just because it's just dominated by fucking 14-year-olds? X and V. What is that? That's like, what is that? Like 12? Is it a 12-year-old? It's a 12-year-old, isn't it? Yeah. What's up, Alan? What's going on? Jesus Christ. Twitch users, use fucking full sentences when you're talking so that way people can understand what you're talking about. Jesus Christ, it's not that hard. I don't give a fuck what political party you're from. Try to use fucking full sentences. God damn it. It's such a struggle for people. The internets are destroying everything. They're destroying everything. The internets are making people dumber. It's got to be true. It's got to be true. I actually have an interview I was going to do. You guys let me know if you guys want me to do this interview or not. It's with a guy that believes that the immense amount of noise in our culture is leading to neurological degeneration. That's ironic. I can't think of the word. Neurological degeneration and mental health disorders. I thought it sounded interesting. I don't ever want to like poo-poo any topic that somebody wants to bring up with me, but also at the same time I'm a little bit like, is that true? Is it not? So it sounds like it'd be an interesting conversation. You guys let me know if it's something that you guys would be interested in. You're dumb. Oh, Jesus. Twitch really gets the best people, doesn't it? It's like the smartest people are over on Twitch. Like, they should study that shit. They should study, like, what is the average IQ of the people on Twitch? It's probably like 16. Oh. Like, I make jokes about the two brain cells of Trump supporters, but I might be able. I mean, well, hold on. If it's a Trump supporter on Twitch, that's probably what it is, right? XMV, you're a Trump supporter, aren't you? It's like he had two brain cells, and then the one escaped when he wasn't looking. And the other one's just like left hanging by itself, jerking off to Donald Trump pictures. He's like in between. He had one finger to type with. He was jerking it to a picture of Donald Trump. He had one finger to type with. He was like, "You're dumb." That took him like 15 minutes to type that shit out. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you're like 15, so I'm sorry. You need a strong father figure in your life, and I could be your father. You would just go with that, okay? I'm your daddy, okay? From now on, X. I'm gonna call you X, just like Elon's illegitimate child. You're my illegitimate child now, okay? I'm not paying child support. Tell your mom that I said no, okay? Love you, buddy. Hope you grow up well. We probably won't ever see each other again, just like your real father. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I love this job. One day I might do this shit for real. All right, let's watch the first 100 days. Yeah, I'm over on Twitch and I'm on Kick. I don't send you guys to Kick, okay? Because Kick is where you get crack and prostitutes. I'm pretty sure. That has not been confirmed. I'm just saying the place seems shady. All right? Twitch is still a little bit better. Your condescension. Look at it. He Googled condescension. Your condescension after failing to discern context is hilarious. He Googled condescension. He just copy pasted that shit in there. You know that word's too big. Oh, fuck. When your mom smoked crack while she was pregnant, is that why this is like this? Is this why you are like this, X, little X? Is it because of the massive amount of drugs that your mother smoked while you were in utero? I'm asking questions because this is part of the study. Okay, we're trying to get information. This is what you exist for. You don't exist for any other purpose in life. You have no intrinsic value as a person. So you've got to create some, my friend. So answer the question so that way we can add it to the study. Okay? Let's do that. All right, where am I at? We're going to watch Hasanabi talk about the first 100 days of disappointment. I mean, I don't know what he calls it. What does he call it? This Hasanabi video is called New Poll Reveals Trump. Oh, no. Lowest approval rating in 80 years is what this is called. That's all you need, I guess, right?
We got Trump's lowest approval rating in any president in the past 80 years here.
Oh,
and
Taco
this
Bell,
is something that I've been talking about that
I've been
trying to explain.
Good
a
job,
big
buddy.
part of this,
Drop them
especially
carbs.
even on
Don't
the
go for the
immigration
carbs,
side, where
FD.
Trump is
Don't
finally
do it,
reaching
buddy.
disapproval for the first time ever, like a net disapproval
He's
on immigration, which is supposed to be his strongest, his strongest aspect of his campaign. The reason why is because finally the Democrats have made a big fuss about it, and the media started covering it. And eventually, once the media started covering it, people were like, "Oh my God, I had no idea. This shit is depraved. This shit is fucked up." And that's precisely what I said would happen. Every single thing he has fucked up. Basically, every single goddamn thing.
Everything
from immigration to foreign policy to trade to lowering costs.
Dude, it's actually impressive. Like I said, you can't convince me that this isn't the Curtis Yarvin playbook. There is no way that, I mean, Donald Trump is low IQ. Like mid 50s, right? Mid 50s. That's what I'm going with. Mid 50s on the IQ scale. But even like I mean, you could put somebody up there with like a solid brain injury, like, you know, like an offensive lineman that's been playing football for 20 years that then decided to get in MMA and also got in a car accident and hit his head on a steering wheel. You could put that guy in the president of the United States chair, and he could do a better job than what Donald Trump has done so far. You can't convince me that this isn't Curtis Yarvin's playbook to just burn down the government, because this shit is impressive how bad it has been. There's no fucking way that they didn't mean to do this shit. Like, there are Scott Bessent, asshole. Stephen Moran, asshole. Okay? But they're not stupid. They've been in the investment game forever, right? Howard Lutnick, same shit. There's no fucking way that these people, now mind you, Donald Trump does override these people constantly, so it just could be that again. It could be that. It's like, you can't overcome his stupidity with your intelligence. In fact, your intelligence gets drugged down to the level of his stupidity. It's fucking impressive. It's fucking impressive.
Costs of goods, all this stuff. And, you know, some Democrats have at least like pushed the needle, pushed the conversation in an appropriate way. And therefore, media is covering it. And therefore, lo and behold, his approval ratings are going down on that front, too. And I'm glad that they've done that.
This morning, as President Trump approaches his 100th day back in office, new warning signs about how Americans are viewing his work so far. Just 39% approving of how he's handling the job, according to our new ABC News Washington Post Ipsos poll. That's the lowest 100-day approval rating of any president in the past 80 years.
Fake polls.
On the economy, Trump promised to
Fake
lower
polls.
costs and boost growth.
Dude, has he said that yet? I bet he did. I bet he did. I'm willing to bet. Oh, wait, no, he already said that he's going to investigate those people, huh? The Free Speech Party. The Free Speech Party wants to investigate news reporters over fake polls. Oh my God. Dude, 60 Minutes just had one of their fucking journalists go off in the last minute about how he's suppressing their content because they're afraid that Paramount's not going to be able to merge because Donald Trump will stop it. Like, everything that these people accuse Democrats of doing is something that they do. Every single time. Like I said, it's impressive. When I first started doing these streams, all the left-wing people would come in here and they go, this person did this or that person. And I go, hey, guys, remember, it's always important not to over-exaggerate. It's always important not to take shit out of context. Like, make sure that what you're saying is true. And then I go and I look it up and I'm like, God damn, that shit's true. All right. And over time, I just got used to it. I was like, I guess these people do dumb shit like 24/7. It's like it's their job. His job isn't to run the country. His job is to do dumb shit over and over again like he's trying to get a fucking achievement on Xbox. Like, it is insane. But yeah, I guess I answered my own question, right? Is he already said that he's going to investigate these journalists?
A message that was key to his victory.
I will instruct my cabinet that I expect results within the first 100 days or much sooner than that.
Now, 53% say the economy has gotten worse since Trump took office, with 72% saying it's very or somewhat likely his economic policies will cause a recession. Fears fueled by the president's trade war. The backlash now felt across the country at explosive town halls. Overnight in West Nyack, New York, Republican Congressman Mike Lawler getting an earful.
This was awesome.
And when you look at, for instance, Europe has price controls on U.S. prescription drugs.
Blah, blah, blah.
The president is eager to prove his trade policies are paying off, telling Time magazine he's already made 200 deals, despite there only being 195 countries in the world.
Dude, that's straight up Trump math right there, though. That's Trump math. What up, Grey Pill? What up, Perry? What's going on, guys? What's up, DJ? God damn it. That's Trump math for you. Nothing has to make sense in Trump world. They don't have to ever make any sense at all because the people that follow them aren't smart enough to know that that's a lie. You guys know it's art of the deal. Art of the deal. He made one deal He fucked up 199. That's a net negative. No way, bro. That one deal is the best deal that we've ever gotten ever. Oh, how do you know that? Are you an economist? Have you ever been involved in high-level negotiations? Do you know anything about, how the tariffs work and that they're aggressive tax on middle-class and impoverished Americans? Do you know any of that? Doesn't matter, dude. Art of the Deal. You write a book named Art of the Deal? No, you didn't. Okay. Donald Trump did. He didn't write it. Yeah, he did, actually. Donald Trump can't read. Donald Trump can't read, bro. He made a deal with the Penguins. What's up, Roxanne? Oh, Jesus. He Hurts, did I say hi? What's up, He Hurts?
Though he wouldn't say what they were or which countries are involved. Our Martha Raddatz pressing the Treasury Secretary.
Is there actually any deal at this point?
I believe that he is referring to sub-deals within the negotiations we're doing. And, Martha, if there are 180
But those aren't actual deals.
Martha, if there are 180 countries, there are 18 important trading partners. Let's put China to the side because that's a special negotiation. There's 17 important trading partners, and we have a process in place over the next 90 days to negotiate with them.
Trump says he will not roll back his staggering 145% tariff on all Chinese products entering the U.S. without substantial concessions, though he claims the U.S. and China are talking. But Beijing says that's not the case, that the two countries are not.
China said, the fuck we are? I love that shit. China's like, what? No. Donald Trump's like your ex-girlfriend that's like telling people about how you guys are getting back together. Donald Trump is Xi Jinping's ex-girlfriend. Donald Trump's like running around being like, yeah, no, we're actually like really working things out. And we've been talking about getting back together. She misses me. She actually really, really regrets her decision to leave me. It's true. Actually, it's true. And Xi Jinping's the girlfriend that's like, fuck that. I'm not getting back together with that guy. He's an asshole. What are you talking about? He stole my car. Okay? He fucked my sister. All right? And she's disabled. Yeah, that was a Giselnik joke. Like Xi Jinping's like, we're not doing this. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, Donald Trump. Oh, Donald Trump. It is Hassan. It is Hassan.
Not currently negotiating over tariffs. And our polling shows Americans have concerns.
Are you China pilled like I am?
Loki,
China pill. Bro, like, I actually have to say, like, well, okay, first of all, I've always been this person, so I'm not even going to say I'm China pilled. I've said this before. America should be investing in infrastructure in other countries. The Marshall Plan, the fucking Marshall Plan, was the way to go. This isn't like this idea that this world has to be my dick is bigger than yours constantly. Like, what you have going on with Putin right now goes all the way back to when he was first elected, and he wants to be an imperialist. He wants to recreate the Soviet Union. He wants to take over Ukraine. He's already taken over Georgia and parts of Crimea and parts of, God, why can't I say that name? Dobresk or whatever it is. He wants to recreate the Soviet Union, and in the end, it's like you don't even need to do that. Like, you could just work with those fucking countries. You could create trade agreements with those countries. Lithuania, Ukraine, all of them. They would all work with you. Like, they're not trying to invade you. You're trying to invade them because you want to prove to everybody else in the world that you're the strongest boy. You can lift more, heavier things than anybody else can. And we should be fucking past that, man. We should be at a point right now in America where we're capable of recognizing that global trade is the future. It's been the present for a really long time. While we sit over here and debate whether or not climate change is real, which it isn't even a debate, but whether or not it's real or not, China, Russia, every other country in the world is making money off of producing green energy. more and more every day while Americans sit here with their thumb up their butthole going, I don't know, is it even real? I don't know. Is it real though? Should we be producing solar panels? Ask yourself this question. Even if you don't believe it's real, if the rest of the world is using it to make a bunch of fucking money and you're a fucking capitalist, doesn't it make sense to start producing that shit so that way you can make money too? Like, you don't even have to be on board. I mean, Jesus Christ. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm not China-pilled in the same way I've always been. Before Russia became Russia is, we should have been investing in Russia. Instead of having this, like, insane, like, insecurity that communism is going to spread throughout the world, bro. Instead, we should be working with them and recognizing that their economy is fucking doing pretty well right now. We should be recognizing that the reason our economy is doing really well is because of our connections with them. We shouldn't be having a pissing match with Canada. Shouldn't be having a pissing match with the UK and Britain and fucking everything else. We should instead be fucking creating trade deals that work for everybody. Like that Singaporean prime minister was saying in his speech today. He didn't get up there and say that he was going to turn Canada into the 51st state. He didn't talk about how China. No, he was like, I just want to find people that want to do good deals that work for both of us. He even said it. He's like, we want to get to a point where there is no tariffs on each other. But you know how he said it? He said it in a manner that makes sense, that brings people to a negotiation table, that sits you down across from a person and goes, hey, how about we make something that works for both of us? Because that's how things are best for everybody. Because one of the reasons that we have the massive amount of immigration that we have here is because other countries need better infrastructure. They need us to work with them to help with the whole problem with civil unrest. We need to help create trade agreements with them, which we've always had, by the way. But now all of a sudden Donald Trump's like, throw them all away, burn them. We don't need them. We don't need them. And we're going to find out real fucking soon exactly how much we needed them.
Expat country list. Number one is Canada, just because it's the easiest, most familiar. Mm-hmm. Right. Number two is Ghana, because black people, and they want us to come. But yeah. I also know people that are there, have been there. They're like, it's cool, but you know, it's still, and like not too far, coming up like fast all of a sudden is China. Shout out to I Show Speed. for putting China on the map.
Remember I told you I like them.
Oh, yeah, I remember being like, but I made a video in support of him a little while ago too, because I realized what he was doing. There's still some problems there, you know, but like I'm not gonna be Aaron McGruder. You feel me? Where people can come back and look at me being a little too hard on essentially kids acting in ways that kids tend to act.
Yeah,
you know, he could be much much worse.
Oh yeah,
and I've seen that. So
no, the environment that he literally grew up in, he could have been a psychopath, dude. And he has a bunch of like really fucked up things that he did when he was like 16.
Mm-hmm. I've seen him,
but like considering where he's at now, it's amazing. He's incredible.
Yeah.
That extend far beyond the economy. When it comes to the courts and key rulings on cases like immigration, 65% say the administration is trying to avoid complying with federal court orders.
Yeah, you think?
62% saying they don't think the president's administration respects the rule of law.
And this morning, the president is reflecting on the difference between his first and second term, telling The Atlantic, quote, the first time I had two things to do, run the country and survive. Now he says, quote, the second time I run the country and the world. George.
Okay, holy shit.
That's kind of funny.
He's a moron.
That's kind of funny because it's...
Holy shit. Did he really say that? The world hates him. No one likes Donald Trump. No one likes him. No one likes him at all. He runs the world? Dude, he's fucking Michael Scott in real life, dude. He's fucking Michael Scott in real life. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. We elected the dumbest human being that has ever lived.
It's like he's basically admitting that now, without any sort of limitations, I'm so much worse than the last time.
Let me pick your brain on like the worst case scenarios.
Oh,
right?
fuck.
I won't put it past Trump to turn it around in terms of popularity.
What do you mean? Like, you think he'll get popular again?
Yeah, it doesn't. Remember, we're talking about the American people. We're talking about he was president 4 years ago and it was horrible and they still voted him back in. So it's quite possible that he can turn it around in the moment in the next 100 days after this. If he stops the war in Ukraine, if the economy does take a turn, because like there's so much of the economy, like he can.
It's gonna take a turn, all right, just not in the direction that's positive for Trump.
But at some point in the future,
it's gonna take a turn.
China, he can just end the tariffs in China.
Those polls are already taking a turn.
Set everything back to normal and things improve. And China could be like, we didn't do anything.
Even the people that voted for him,
but he can still tell people, I made that happen. I made a deal.
Yeah.
And no one will call him on the fact that he fixed the problem that he caused and just set things back to neutral.
That's classic Trump. He does that all the time.
Right.
For sure.
So you can't put it past him that he gets his popularity back.
No, I think he, my suspicion is, first of all, we haven't seen the worst impacts of his exploding trade yet. Like, we haven't hit the trade dead zone yet. That's coming next month when the lag in supply finally becomes the reality in the form of empty shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes around 55 days minimum for goods from China to come into the United States.
I think Los Angeles said 7 weeks until empty shelves. 7 weeks, and I think his trade agreement plans were until July 2nd. It might be later than that, July 7th maybe. So 7 weeks, April, May, June. So you're talking about like a full month of empty shelves. And I can tell you that. No, what is that? I can tell you that the businesses, like the business I run, generally wouldn't be impacted by a lot of stuff outside, but everything is so integrated, right? Whether it's packaging, fertilizer, auto parts, like people don't understand how complicated actually producing all this stuff is. It's not as simple as, well, China, it's all plastic, so we don't have to worry about that. Like, no, you have to worry about packaging. You have to worry about, like I said, when it comes to, what the fuck is this thing that keeps popping up? Oh, you guys can't see it. No. Here, we're just going to do that. What is this shit? Anyways, yeah. So when it comes to like any kind of product that's going to happen, not to mention like any of the basic services and stuff that go up, right? Car insurance going up. Due to climate change, you have fire insurance that's going up. You have energy that's going up. All of these things are interconnected with the tariffs. So it's not going to be just, we just have to produce more stuff in America. First of all, we don't have the infrastructure. But like I said, I actually don't believe the bullshit that he's selling as far as you just have to, bring back jobs to America and we're going to start building all these cars here. I've said this before. Auto manufacturing places don't have all these people that you think are going to start working there. Coal mines, restarting coal mines don't make any sense. It costs like more in natural gas to run the fucking giant turbines than it does what they would produce as far as like profitability. Like none of these things that he's talking about make any sense. So if you take from that there's really actually no consistent like reasoning behind why he's doing these things, then the more likely thing is that he's either attempting to use it to bully trade partners, which like I said, long term is really fucking stupid, okay? Or he's just trying to fucking burn down the government and he's trying to, create this new system. Now they keep saying things like, well, we're trying to reset the world trade, but you're resetting the world trade by pushing all of your partners, all of your former allies into the arms of China. If you wanted to say that we're going to move our trade over to India, which is something that I've talked about before, if you wanted to say that, we're better off working with India than China, there's something to be said about that. Because obviously India is less of a threat to the American economy, even though I think that's stupid too. I don't think that America has to be the number one economy. That's one of the dumbest things about American exceptionalism, is that we have to be number one. If we're not number one, we're failing. And it's like, dude, you can drop the number 2, number 3, and see the happiness of your citizenship go up. You have countries throughout the world that have the highest amount of happiness, but are somewhere like 15th on the scale of economy. And that's because places like Norway that do run a surplus because of oil, they have, lots of people there very fucking happy with their lives. They're happy with their government. A lot of that money goes towards the people. Who was it recently? Canada. Canada said, as far as tariffs and stuff that go, when they do that, they're going to be funneling that money back towards the people that are adversely affected by the tariffs. It's just everything that the dude doesn't make sense as far as plans go. So it's either he doesn't have a plan, and he's just waking up each and every day and being like, today I'm pissed off at this person, so I'm going to take it out in this manner. Or his plan is to burn down the government. Or his plan is just fucking stupid. I mean, there isn't some kind of silver lining to this where you look at it and go, holy shit, this is 4D chess. At the end of the day, man, we're going to end up with all these massively good trade agreements. Because even if you said that, who benefits from that? We don't benefit from that. The middle class doesn't benefit from that. You've had corporations raking in the highest amount of profits that they have raked in ever in the past 4 years, and your wages haven't increased. You think that they're gonna rake in more, and then they're gonna be like, you know what? Actually, let's give Jim Bob $1 raise. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. What's happening, Redonk? They got a cool state lottery system. Who's got a cool state lottery system? There are no client states of the United States. Good try though, X. Good try. The world isn't a fiefdom. They're not our vassals. I understand that that's what you guys think. I understand that you think through American exceptionalism that the rest of the world are just our vassals and they're just there for us to grift off of. But unfortunately for you, the rest of the world is like, nah, I don't fucking think so. But don't worry, your leaders got this handled, bro.
The actual shortage yet.
You're going to be affected by it more than I will be. So
tremendously, that's going to have an impact on. That's going to have a major impact on the logistics in this country. Major sectors like trucking, the
Atlanta's the home of the truckers.
Yeah, stevedores.
Don't worry, guys.
And all the
They
people
made
that
it
are
so
like
that way
longshoremen
truckers have to
that work
speak
the
English.
ports. They're
It's a
cooked.
big
There's
W.
going to be downscaling everywhere in the supply
Oh,
chains.
Jesus
Then
Christ.
the grocery stores.
What's
then
happening, Babette?
all of these layoffs, which some of which are happening
Later,
already,
Bucket.
like
What's up,
Subaru,
Jeremy?
I think.
No, go ahead.
Factories are going to start pulling out because they're like, well, parts are too costly for us to manufacture in the United States of America anyway, so we're just not going to do that anymore. That basically is going to create an environment of instability when people start really recognizing the downturn. Because right now the
Just
markets
wait.
are acting as though there's nothing wrong. Like,
Right.
I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of instability, but like the
there's
severe
instability,
collapse
my
that
friend.
is still coming, they
Yeah.
are simply not looking at all, and it's like kind of shocking to me that like
Because there's
even
still a
their
lot of hope.
even retail traders are, or not retail, sorry,
No,
even
re-
institutional
I was gonna say
traders are
retail
not
traders are
factoring this
morons.
in.
And so, with that in mind, right? With that in mind, as things get really bad, people get more desperate,
Yeah.
and shit gets realer.
Yeah.
And so the conspiracy theorist in me is like, is this on purpose to
Yeah.
kind of put the country in a
Dude, does FD Signifier know about Curtis Yarvin? Somebody needs to ask him if he knows about Curtis Yarvin. Here, we're going to go up into other chat. Well, I'm trying to get this fucking game to work, but it's being weird. Yeah, we just won't play the game. It's fine. Let's go to that one. There we go. Let's put the chat up there. I wonder if either FD Signifier or Hasanabi here know about Curtis Yarvin.
desperate position
Oh,
to allow him to claim more powers from the.
Oops, here. Let's do this. What happens if I do this? I'm pushing buttons, guys. Stream goes down, you know what happened.
from the Supreme Court, which has already pre-granted him the power to do whatever the he wants.
Can't wait till we get to
And
Terrence
like, so
Howard.
we
It's
do
gonna be
get
amazing.
Trump 2020 infinity.
Yeah.
2028 to infinity.
I think he's too stupid to implement like a thing like that. I feel like they're
Dude, I'm not giving you Scott. You want me to give Trump credit for changing Indigenous People Day back to Columbus Day? First of all, I'm not distracted by the shiny object, Scott, okay? Also, Columbus was a douchebag. Like, that's one of the weirdest things about American society. It, like, cracks me up. It's like, yeah, but, like, he discovered America, bro. I'm like, cool. Good job, solid. What do you want me to say to that? Solid. Like, and? And? Why do I care? Why do I give two shits about fucking Christopher Columbus? Like, I'm trying to find a reason for why I should give a fuck about Christopher Columbus. He's gonna rename the Washington Commanders the Redskins. We're bringing it back. We're bringing back the Redskins. We've saved society. We've stopped the DEI by renaming them the Redskins. I mean, really, he'd just be doing me a favor at that point because my old ass can't stop calling them the Redskins. So really, I mean, end of the day, I don't know why I have a hard time calling them the Commanders, but I can remember to call Cleveland the Guardians. It's probably just a better fucking name. The Commanders is a stupid name. They should have stuck with Washington football team. I was good with Washington football team. That one I can remember. If he changes his back, I'll give him credit for that. Okay.
too dumb.
How about that?
I think what you see is what you get in many instances where like Trump literally is just
doesn't know
he's
how
been obsessive with trade deficits in per.
Even better is when Donald Trump brings back. So they're rebuilding the stadium in Washington, right? That's what he claims. I don't know if it's true. You never know if anything Donald Trump says is actually true. That's like the funniest thing. Is like everything that Donald Trump says has to be fact checked. Like I said, you need like a AI robot that literally fact checks everything that Donald Trump says. So I don't even know if it's true that they're going to rebuild the stadium in Washington. But how funny would it be? What would be a Trumpian name to name Washington? Like the Washington Trump tards? Washington Orange Buffoons. The Washington Tiny Dinkies. Little Dinky. Little Dinky. Why is my kids are trying to play a game, I think, and they keep clicking this goddamn button. Little Dinkies. What do you guys think? Scott, you're on it. Good job. Should be brought back. Washington Savages. Jesus Christ, golf. That would be all. Dude, Donald Trump would be like, they're savage. Like, sir, you're not really supposed to go there. He's like, no, I'm saying, like, you guys don't understand. Do you know anything about Indians? Do you know about the Indians? They were savage. And they're like, sir, you got to stop saying that. The Washington, the casinos, they like casinos. They really do. The Washington casinos. You know you can buy menthol cigarettes in the casinos. California doesn't like it. They don't like you to smoke the menthol cigarettes. But the Indians, the Native Americans, what if he went there? What if he surprised everybody and was like, let's just call them the Native Americans? What if he did that? Or what if he named it the Washington Indigenous Peoples? That'd blow my mind. The Washington Indigenous Peoples. Like that's fucking woke. That's like more woke than woke. Like that's what, look, since Donald Trump has decided he's going to troll America and he's going to troll half of society, I think when the Democrats get back into power, because they will be back in power after this shit, all right? When the Democrats are back in power, I think they need to go full bore the other way. I think they need to like change shit like that. We're going to call them the Washington Indigenous People from this fucking point on. Take that. Dude, I would die laughing. Holy shit. He deport like fucking Buttigieg. Buttigieg wins. Kamala Harris wins. Fucking deport Joe Rogan. He's got a criminal record. He's part of MS-13. Dude, that would crack me up so much. Oh, God. I'm looking forward to it. Guys.
Perpetuity. And he is dumb. I think what you see is what you get in many
The Washington
instances where,
Wokes.
Trump literally is just
doesn't know
he's
how
been obsessive with
China.
trade deficits in perpetuity, and
Shut
he
the fuck up,
unironically
X.
is
I'm
too
not
dumb
here to
to
change your
recognize
mind. I'm here to
how
make fun of you.
redesign
You're a
global
moron.
trade after multiple decades of America
give a
moving
shit about
manufacturing,
changing your
offshoring
mind,
manufacturing,
dog.
and becoming the global reserve currency. Post Bretton Woods to
I'm not
to
that person.
Get cheap goods.
I'd shit
and
on you in
become
real
the
life.
global
I'll
reserve
shit
currency
on
as a
you here.
consequence of that.
Right.
It's good
Like,
times
that
for
scheme
me.
was designed by the United States of America.
Right.
I think he genuinely wants to change that because he has a real national security concern with respect to China shutting off the manufacturing faucet. And that's an understandable national security concern to have if you are desperately trying.
This is the reason why bringing semiconductor production back to America is a great fucking idea, and that's why the Chips and Science Act was fucking amazing. But Donald Trump is too much of a fucking narcissist to say, hey, what Joe Biden doing was a good thing, so we're going to go ahead and layer onto that and make sure that we do bring those semiconductors back to America. And instead, he's going to be like, we need to get rid of that bill and then put in my own big, beautiful bill. All of this shit with, there's trillions of dollars that have been invested in America. No, there hasn't been. No, there's been a bunch of people that have told Donald Trump's narcissistic dumbass, oh, you know what's going to happen? We're going to invest in your country. We're going to do that for you because then you're going to give us what we want. And he's like, oh, you are? And they're like, yeah, 500 billion. He's like, a trillion? He's like, fuck yeah, trillion, whatever you say, dog. Whatever it takes to get you to shut the fuck up and make an agreement with us. Because Donald Trump's not a good negotiator. Donald Trump's a failed businessman. Donald Trump had steaks, water, university, casinos. The dude is like, he has a track record of losing that makes the fucking Detroit Lions 016 season look fucking successful. The man has over 4,000 lawsuits against his companies in 30 years. He got fucking publicly owned by a porn star. We have not stopped losing. The Eagles went to the White House and they will probably never win another Super Bowl championship now. Thanks, Saquon. Saquon, like fucking second game of the season next year, is probably going to pull both hammies and blow his ACL now. Because just being around Donald Trump makes you lose. His aura is the only thing that has never lost. His losing aura wins every day of the fucking week. He's just fucking killing it out there. Just his fucking undefeated record of losses. Oh, shit.
Trying to gear for war against China. Because as the Chinese government did, you can just
The
say,
Mango
okay,
Menace!
well, there are some
We should
key
change the name to that.
resources
The
that I
Mango
will no
Menace is what
longer
I'm talking
send
about.
to the United States of America. And they have a damn near monopoly on the procurement
Such a
of
godly man.
these natural resources, rare earth minerals that are necessary for defense, that are necessary for virtually everything, right? And more importantly than the procurement, which you can, go to Congo.
Yeah, once again, this is the part that's actually frustrating, right? Like, they don't realize, like, the owning of the libs isn't, like, the talking shit. The owning the libs isn't, like, defeating DEI. The owning the libs is them having to watch 4 years of Donald Trump failing to do things that we all know that are actually, like, bipartisan things that we'd love to see any president fucking do, but him fail to accomplish. Like, should we be making deals with Ukraine to be able to, get a hold of some of those rare minerals over there that we need, that are necessary? 100%. Of course we should. Is he doing it? Nope, he's fucking it up. Should we be doing deals with China? Should we even be attempting to find some type of peaceful way to deal with Russia? All of those things. Yeah. Is he doing any of it? Nope, he's failing at all of it. Putin is literally like, we called a ceasefire, and he's like, good job, thank you. Stop! Putin's like, ceasefire? Trump's like, yeah. And then Putin just bombs a fucking new city. And Donald Trump's at like 2 a.m. on the fucking toilet taking a Trump. And he's like, fucking, stop! The world stage really respects us, guys. The world stage just can't stop respecting us now that Donald Trump is president. It's insane, the amount of respect that the rest of the world has for us now. Fucking A. The actual owning of the libs is us sitting there going, you know what? There is a deficit, and we should do something about that. And he's like, watch, I'll do it. And we're like, no. Not you. Let somebody else do it. When Donald Trump first got elected in 2017, I told my wife, I go, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, this dude don't want to be president. He's going to go golf. He's going to most likely pick some people, and he's going to put them in positions, and then those people are going to run the presidency. And you know what? It might not be that bad after all. And then he did that at first. He put some people in there. I think it was Jared Kushner was like, I'll pick some people for you. And he picked some people. And then they told him no once or twice. And he was like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Not at all. Because you know why, how people will send you like, they'll send you, they're like, oh, you don't think Donald Trump is a well-liked person? You think he's a bad person? Look at him around these kids on Easter. You know why he does well around kids? Because there's target fucking audience. Kids don't push back. Kids don't call him out. Kids are afraid of him. He can be in charge. No one questions him. Kids are his target audience. And that's also why the people that actually voted for him have the emotional maturity and the political literacy of a 10-year-old. That's what it comes down to. And the real owning of the libs isn't all the jokes or the get rid of the DEI. The real owning of the libs is them having to watch a dude flail for 4 fucking years on things that actually do matter to this country and just fail at it over and over and over again in epic fucking fashion. That's really what's owning the libs. Sadly, for everybody else, MAGA included, we're all going to deal with the repercussions of this. Well, him, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Howard Lutnick, Basint, Moran, all of those guys are going to be immune to it because they've got plenty of money, and money is resources. Shit, if they want to move the fuck out the country, they can just move the fuck out the country. You can't. I can't. We have to sit here in this godforsaken, fucked up, like, idea of a country that's being just like burnt the fuck down by a guy with like a sub 57 IQ.
Go and cut a side deal if you want to,
right?
But you can't build a refinement.
We're gonna get $2 eggs,
like a refinement facility in the short
they really
time
showed
necessary
those trans
for
kids exactly,
all
Max.
All
What's
of
up,
these
Reverend?
like goods that come into the United States of America, and China currently maintains a monopoly on the refinement.
Right? Yeah, people in between my glazing of China. Let's not forget that Elon ain't got nothing on. Elon's dad, I should say, doesn't have anything on. Insert whichever Chinese mega corporation is pulling all the cobalt out of the Congo. The Congo would be, if Wakanda was a real place, it'd be in the Congo. That's how valuable the land is.
When they fly
for
over
the
those
record,
places,
like Chinese,
all the,
Chinese ownership over these natural resources
all the mines
have not necessarily been bountiful for the people of Congo either.
Not at all.
It's just that they are a far better ally to many African nations than the West has been historically because they didn't do chattel slavery. And also,
it's not built into
up,
their
Mike?
like social fabric of the way they see
didn't
themselves.
They didn't do chattel slavery,
What's up,
and
Janelle?
they offer significantly better loans
What's up, Nana?
as opposed to the World Bank and IMF. So these guys are like, yeah, and they don't even like try to do destabilization as long as we play ball.
The destabilization happens anyway though because of the nature of like enduring cultural aspects that they're in, enduring cultural conflicts that they create that they're indifferent to. But we're getting off topic because I got to get out of here so I can take a nap before I go meet with some folks.
What's that
so
like?
The irony is,
I haven't taken a
what
nap
you're
in a
saying
long
kind of
time.
confirms to me in my head is he's low key accidentally
A
destroying
concept
Western
of a
hegemony.
country.
Like American hegemony may not survive his presidency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
He's accelerating
Probably
America's
not.
demise. I think it's
What
an
up, T. Freeman?
inevitability because of supercharged capitalism. But I think Donald Trump is accelerating the inevitability, accelerating the demise of the United States because of how he's gone about trying to offer a lifelong a lifeline to the continuation of U.S. empire. What he's trying to do is, in theory, what he's trying to do is actually smart. It's just in practice, there's no way of doing it with a capitalist framework.
That's what I keep saying. That's what I keep saying. The most annoying part about all this is it's like, but dude, we have this debt, and this debt is going to grow out of control, and the country's going to default, and the dollar's not going to be worth shit, and no one's going to want to trade with us because we're going to, everybody's going to own our debt. It's fucking the shittiest part about all that is you're right. But guess who added $8 trillion to that debt? Guess who just wanted to pass tax cuts to add another $4 trillion to that debt? Guess who hasn't shown any ability to cut fraud, waste, and corruption from our government? Because we all know the places that you have to cut to get that kind of money are the military, Medicaid, and Social Security. If you don't cut those things, then you're not going to make up for trillions of dollars in tax cuts for ultra wealthy people. Tariffs are a regressive tax. You can say all you want that you're going to get rid of the income tax for $200,000 and below, but if you're doing it through tariffs, then tariffs, because it's a regressive tax, offsets any type of income tax being relieved. If I have to pay, instead of $10 for a shirt, $20 for a shirt, that affects me. It affects me a lot less than it affects a middle class or lower middle class person or an impoverished person. Every time that we make impoverished people even worse off, that affects me. Because if you have people committing more crime, if you have people using healthcare when they don't have insurance, if you have people crashing into your fucking car because they don't have car insurance, or because they can't pay for it because they don't have car insurance, that affects me. You know who doesn't get affected by any of this? Oligarchs, billionaires, because the whole fucking time, the battle has never been man versus woman, gay versus straight, fucking gender non-specified versus whatever gender you claim. It's never been that. It's never been disabled versus abled. It's never been that. It's always been the middle class versus the ultra wealthy. Always. Always. But all these MAGA supporters, and when I say middle class, I mean anything below it, right? Lower middle class, impoverished. These MAGA supporters living in fucking trailer parks think Elon's taking them to Mars with them. They think they can live vicariously through people that they 100% hated 4 years ago. Fucking hated 4 years ago. And they think they're going to live vicariously. How vicariously did you live through Katy Perry going up into space? What did that do for you? Did that fix anything for you? Did it? No. Did it change anything in your life? No. It gave me some good memes. I do admit I got some good memes. Those memes were pretty fire. But that's it, right? They just want you to be entertained. They just want you to fight with each other and argue. Be entertained. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has convinced you that he's just like you. He's nothing like you. But he's a whole lot like the corruption that's happening in Washington. He's one of those people. Let's see. Naughty Nana Does. What's up, Naughty Nana Does? And thank you for the $10. Thank you for announcing Naughty Nana Does like you are a herald. Good job. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I saw somebody ask me something. I got to scroll back up. Reverend says, are you willing to keep paying Social Security if they cut it? I mean, do you have a choice? You know, the funny thing is that guy the other day was asking or saying that Puerto Rico doesn't pay any taxes. They pay into FICA. There are people in Puerto Rico that pay for Social Security that cannot use it. How fucking crazy is that? Jesus Christ. And I looked up a bunch of shit on that. All the government employees over there pay taxes. It's fucking insane that, like, the shit that people say on this channel that I go and check later, and I'm like, holy fuck, this guy didn't even have like a legit argument. He's just literally spouting shit into the chat over and over and over again. X, I am from the trailer park, you fucking moron. Welcome to the chat, though, dog. I grew up in a trailer park. Why do you think I talk like this? You might want to be more cautious about throwing the trailer park stereotype around given your appearance. Hey, congratulations, X! You figured it out! I'm from the fucking trailer park. Holy shit! That's the first time this man has been right in his entire fucking life. Oh. Guys, give him a round of applause. Tell X how good he is. He has unearthed the secret that I have been sharing on this channel for 2 years, guys. Fucking applaud. Everybody give him the clap. Give him the clap. Oh my god. Oh my god, you did it. You did it, buddy. You did it. Smartest fucking kid with 2 brain cells. Fuck, I love these people. Please don't leave when Trump eventually kills over from his 13 Big Macs. Please don't leave America. We need you guys. I mean, who the fuck are we gonna laugh at? Like, there's not even that many good comedians anymore. So, like, we need you. Please stay.
Right.
If you wanted to defeat China and become a manufacturing hub, you would unironically have to have a command economy
Thanks for
like
being here,
China.
Naughty Nana.
But that would require a complete reversal of
I'm not
like
recruiting
what America
voters.
stands for on
Not
the
here to
global stage
recruit
as
voters,
the defender
X.
of capitalism.
You're getting it
Right.
wrong,
They're
dog.
not going to do
I'm
that.
just here to make fun of you.
Even
I
if
don't
they
give a
were
shit.
to magically overnight turn into China, there's still a tremendous amount of factory building and a robust infrastructure that you have to build, like a manufacturing base that you have to build, and training that you have to do for the American labor force.
Right.
Yeah,
that
they
doesn't
don't
mean
understand
a
that.
decade to
They don't know
fulfill.
it.
And Trump is not going to do any
it's
of
been
that,
going
clearly.
great.
He
Thanks,
just
X.
wants to get
It's been
promises
amazing.
from wealthy
I have
friends of
25,000
his, wealthy
subscribers. This is
benefactors
fucking
of his,
amazing.
and
It's
then
been
that's
great.
good enough for him to be like, oh, I'm getting $7 trillion.
This has been
of
cathartic.
investment,
Are you
which
kidding
is a
me?
fucking lie. So yeah,
How do you think I
that's
stay
the major issue. I
sane?
think that like we're
Oh,
heading
it's
down
fucking
a really
amazing.
scary path, and I don't think it's because Donald Trump thinks like, oh, I'll use this economic instability to my advantage to do.
So it's not even like
martial law.
We're giving him too much credit in terms of like him trying to be a dictator, which I don't think. Like
he's
way
not.
back when I was like, he's probably not going to run again because I don't think he actually.
He's not smart enough to have a plan. The dude doesn't fucking like actually, like I say this all the time. I'm like, people give Donald Trump way too much credit for being like malicious. He's a moron. He's not smart. That's the fucking main problem. Is we elected an idiot. That is actually like the fucking scary part. We gave a stupid person the fucking the big red button and told him go fucking negotiate with Vladimir Putin, who's legit actually intelligent, who's legit actually a gangster, who is not just former KGB, but was counterintelligence in the KGB. Like, we gave the keys to the vehicle to the worst fucking driver and told him to race the NASCAR Dale Earnhardt. That's what's fucking wrong with America. It's I've said before, people go, he's Putin's puppet, he's Putin's puppet, he's an agent. Nah, dog. If he's an agent, he don't even know it. It's a straight up Manchurian candidate. Donald Trump isn't smart enough to be a fucking agent for Russia. But he is dumb enough to do the shit that they want him to. That's the problem. Is people give him way too much fucking credit. They're like, he's an agent for Russia. I'm like, he ain't no agent for Russia. He's just a fucking moron. And anybody that's been around fucking morons, as somebody that grew up in America in a trailer park, I can tell you, I know some morons. I've met them. I've seen them. And when Donald Trump, and they say they're like Donald Trump, I think that's what they mean. I think they're like, we're on the same level intellectually. I think that's why they like him. Stupid and malicious. Yeah, you can say that. I mean, the shit he does is definitely not kosher. The shit he does 100% ends in malicious ends. You know, the means do equal the ends. What I'm saying when I say that I think people give him too much credit for being malicious is when people say, oh, he said this thing and he's doing it to hurt people. No, sometimes he just says the dumb shit that comes out of his mouth. He doesn't think before he speaks. He's not Obama. He's not even fucking George Bush Jr. George Bush Jr. is fucking like twice the IQ of Donald Trump. When I say people give him too much credit for being malicious, I mean, when you talk about Adolf Hitler was scary. He fucking knew what he was doing. He wanted to be at war. His whole plan, when Germany went to war, they didn't have any fucking money. No money at all. And he still was able to get shit together using his charisma and his intellect because, yes, he's fucking one of the most evil human beings that ever lived, but you can't say that he didn't have a plan, okay? He had a fucking plan. What I'm saying is when people say, like, Trump's Hitler, I'm like, he ain't Hitler. He ain't smart enough to be Hitler. He's like a fucking dumbed-down idiocracy version. If this dude created an actual Holocaust, it would be half-ass on accident. He would just show up and claim, he would claim credit for it. He's like, yeah, I did that actually. I told them, create the showers. That's how fucking dumb he is. Like, I think people give him way too much fucking credit for the shit that he does. He's a moron. And the guy fucks up more shit by being a moron than most people that have legit plans could. He's the guy with the gun that fucking unloads it on his foot because he don't have fucking trigger control. And then everybody around him goes like, oh, it wasn't his fault. The gun should have had a safety. Like, people give him way too much credit.
Actually likes having a job per se, but I also, obviously I was wrong about so many things.
Don't talk about IQ.
But I do still
well above
think
your
there's
pay
a
grade,
kernel
dog.
of truth in the fact that his goal isn't so much the power of
man,
the presidency
car,
of being the God
TV,
king that the
giraffe.
Christian nationalists want, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But
he's
he's
not,
there.
He's narcissist. He's like going along with, he likes the power for sure. It's not that he likes being president, but he likes the idea of being dictator for sure. But I don't think he has enough
He likes
foresight
being
to
looked to as
set
a
in
point of
acts,
authority.
set acts in motion to
Right.
achieve that.
He's not Machiavellian enough, but he is still Donald Trump. Chad, before I roll, follow me on Twitch. I'm on Twitch now. I don't stream as much, so do that. Shout out to
Good sell.
yeah. The Twitch thing is like I'm
not as good as I
I'm
am
just
at
trying to
self-promotion.
create a more robust
Go there if
multiple
you
streams
want.
of content to farm myself a little bit more.
Look, the best thing that can happen
So
for
when
this
Trump
culture...
put the
Omar, Hassan, we watched the one. Now we're going to Terrence Howard, brother. Sorry. Now it's time for Terrence Howard. Speaking of high IQ people, this is the kind of guy that X likes. He loves him some Terrence Howard. I bet you X thinks 1 + 1 = 3. He's like, shit, I know. Do you even know who gets paid to work on IQ? I doubt it. Oh my God, dude. The level of conversation with people on Twitch is like so fucking low. It hurts. Dude, I can't talk to you anymore, X, because if I talk to you, my brain cells are literally going to rebel and put in their fucking 2-week notice. If I talk to you anymore, dog, like my brain cells are going to openly revolt. Like, that's how difficult it is to have a conversation with a person as dumb as you. Like, look, I get it. I know why you're in chat, X. I understand it. Your friends, they don't like you anymore. Your family has, like, outcast you. They're like, fuck, this guy's an idiot. I can't believe that he represents us. Your coworkers, they look at the schedule and they're like, fuck, X works today. Oh my God, I have to work with this moron. Like, I get it. I understand why you're here. You like being shit on because that's your kink. You really enjoy it. So I'm going to let you stay. So have a good time and people in chat will talk to you. But when I'm talking to you, like, I literally feel myself getting dumber. Like, it's like a part of me is just like escaping out like my orifices. Like, if I had a soul, I would feel like deep down in my soul this need to get the fuck away. Let's watch Professor Dave. Oh, let's watch Professor Dave. The dude on Twitch, you guys, that's your buddy now. You guys can talk to him. He's making my brain cells revolt. 2 of them just put in their 2-week notice just because I haven't given up on it yet. Let's watch Professor Dave talk about a true genius, Terrence Howard. Here we go. Here you go. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? Because I'm ready for this. This is Professor Dave. For any of you guys, hold on. For any of you guys who don't know who Professor Dave is, I'm going to put his Nana. Here you go. Nana, if you don't know who Professor Dave is, you should definitely be subscribed to Professor Dave. He's super awesome. He doesn't do much political stuff, but he's fucking amazing. If X there watches this for too long, he'll actually learn something. So he'll probably dip out. He'll dip out. As soon as he hears the name professor, he's like, no, woke ideology, universities, school, education, department, bad. Cut it. USAID. Here we go. You guys ready? Here you go.
Narcissist on the planet right now. The correct answer is Terrence Howard. And like any true delusional narcissist, no amount of reality or mockery will ever dissuade him from believing he's God's gift to the universe. What's Terry been up to lately? Let's find out. As you'll recall, prompted by his rejection from Hollywood due to being an insufferable maniac, Terry began an internet rampage proclaiming his status as the smartest person.
I'm sorry, it wasn't 1 + 1 = 3. My bad. I have been defaming Terrence Howard. I said he thinks 1 + 1 = 3. My bad. It's 1 × 1 = 2. Oh, I can't wait to see somebody in the comments say this shit's real. I can't wait for some dipshit to be like, dude, it is actually, though. You don't understand the mass. See, just like Trump knows that when there's 1,000 people in your crowd, it's actually 200,000. Terrence Howard understands Trump math, okay? You guys just ain't smart
Person
enough.
in human history,
Nah,
despite
cute
being
enough.
a complete moron who can't do second-grade math. We've covered much of this in previous videos, pulling mainly from his appearances on Joe Rogan's podcast. In those videos, we highlighted his fraudulent claims and profound incompetence, from his fumbling of basic arithmetic, to his silly little shapes and imaginary patents, to the drone he paid someone to make for him that he thinks can fly in space, to his...
Nice. I want to see that shit. Dude, the best part was when fucking Eric Weinstein came on the show and fucking was like, dude, I'm trying really hard right now to be nice to you because, you know, Rogan's my friend and so you're friends with Rogan, so I'm trying to be cool. And even he was like, bro, you're an idiot. I don't want to say that to you because I know that you're going through some shit right now and I think you need to find some help. These are all paraphrases. That was the best part. Like, they brought on a Joe Rogan stan. A guy that's like, anything you want, Joe, handy in the back, no problem. We'll make this happen for you. Like, you know, fucking rusty trombone, I got that. We'll do it for you. Even he was like, Terrence, dude, like, you don't make any sense. It's fucking amazing. I love this shit.
Claims, from his fumbling of basic arithmetic, to his silly little
Eric
shapes
Weinstein
and imaginary
was amazing.
patents, to the drone he paid someone to make for him that he thinks can fly in space, to his claims of having revolutionized chemistry and physics. After the initial backlash and humiliation, since not that many people are dumb enough to fall for his ramblings, he kept quiet
Just
for a bit.
X.
But he's licked
Just
his
X,
wounds and
dude.
he's back to try and reclaim some dignity, because a true delusional narcissist will never accept any reality other than their own fabricated one, in which they are the Kwisatz Haderach, and Terry is as
I
delusional
don't
as
know
they
that
come.
word.
The main thing I will be covering today is a recent appearance of his on the PBD podcast, since that's been getting a lot of traction. But there is one other amusing video I'd like to hit before diving into that, since it's super short and absolutely hilarious.
No. Is he gonna say he solved the 3-body problem? No. Is this what it takes, guys? Is this how you get YouTube famous? Should I just start getting on stream and just fucking acting like, you know, I can solve the 3-body problem? And when people say like you didn't solve it, do I, you know, like actual legit experts like Neil deGrasse Tyson gets on here and he's like, dude, this fucking angry ginger bald trailer park guy thinks he solved the 3-body problem and it's impossible and he's a moron. Do I just be like, yeah, no, actually Neil deGrasse Tyson is a hater, and I emailed him once And he peer-reviewed my stuff and sent it back and said I was wrong. And that's obviously wrong because I know more about the three-body problem than Neil deGrasse Tyson will ever know in his life. Okay? Is that what it takes, guys? Is that how I get internet famous? Is by being this fucking insane? See, this is what I'm saying. This is the shit that needs to be mocked. This is what society needs to do. Who were we watching the other day? We were watching Resistor Vic. And he said, I'm done with trying to accept MAGA. I'm done with trying to understand MAGA. If you're a conservative and you want to admit that you made a mistake electing this buffoon, then I got a place for you. We can hang out. We can have a conversation. But if you're just going to be legit insane and you're going to just spread your mental illness across the internet like it's fucking like Elon's seed, then I'm just going to mock you. I'm just going to make fun of you. And I was like, I think my movement it's really working. 2 years ago, when I would get on this channel and I'd make fun of MAGA for being fucking ridiculous and insane, even left-wing people would get on here and go, hey, don't make fun of them. They're mentally ill. And I go, first of all, low-key, sweet burn, okay? Second, I'm not doubting that you're correct. Third, I'm sorry, but I'm going to make fun of the people that think that Joe Biden's a skin suit or that Joe Biden is being currently played by Leonardo DiCaprio, okay? Like, you fucking talk about gematria or 1 × 1 = 2, and I'm going to make fun of you. That's what this world needs. This world needs more people that understand how batshit crazy these people are, calling it out and saying, I'm not going to take any of this fucking seriously. And I don't give a fuck if that means that one day I got to move to Canada. Naughty Nana, here I come. If that's what it takes, then that's what it fucking takes. But you know what? I'll be in Canada making fun of all of these morons there too. Because God damn it, somebody needs to. Somebody needs to call this shit out and say, this is dumb. No one should take it seriously. What's not to mock? Exactly, Max.
The video is called Terrence Howard. 3-body problem solved.
Is X leaving? Don't
First
leave.
things first,
I
what
said
is the
as soon as we
3-body
turned
problem?
on the professor
yes,
video.
it's a relatively
Damn
underwhelming sci-fi series on
Ed
Netflix.
Harris.
But what is it in physics? Well, it's just what it sounds like. It describes the challenges
X, you're here,
associated
buddy.
with making
You're
predictions
my
about a
content.
system
I appreciate
involving
you.
3 celestial bodies that all
I
exert
do still love
gravitational
you as a
influence
human
on one
being.
another.
I do.
When there are
I just
2
think you're a
bodies,
moron.
it's very easy
Just
to
so you
use
know.
classical mechanics to calculate what will happen. This would be like one planet going around one star. The math is very simple. Throwing a third body in there, like an additional planet that
Nana.
will perturb the orbit of the first planet and in turn have its own orbit perturbed, makes the math way more complicated. In fact, strictly speaking, there is no rigid, general, closed-form solution for such a system due to the constantly shifting center of mass for the system. It's quite easy to make approximations, which we do all the time, given that we know where all the planets in the solar system will be at any given time in the future, and there are 8 of those. But we are using approximations nonetheless,
9, bro.
something which is quite easy for a solar system where the
9,
overwhelming
man.
majority of the mass is contained in the star at the center, so the shift in the center of mass for the system as the planets proceed through their orbits is negligible. An even better example would be
Did he use so many words that people, the Trump supporters are like, I don't know what he say. He talks like a fag. Like fucking 100%, 100% idiocracy. Your shit's all fucked up. Like, dude, you know that fucking there is absolutely no fucking way that a Trump supporter can sit here and watch something like this without fucking going glazed over. Okay? 100%. Fucking the eyes just roll back in their head. Their breathing stops. Fall out of their fucking chair. You lost me. What's this guy talking about? Space ain't real. Except for the lasers. The lasers are real. Jewish space lasers are real. But, like, space itself actually isn't real. Okay? Like, the space lasers are, like, in the clouds. And the clouds are where the chemtrails are. And with the Earth being flat... God, I love you
comparing
guys.
system, the overwhelming majority of the mass is contained in the star at the center. So the shift in the center of mass for the system as the planets proceed through their orbits is negligible. An even better example would be comparing a binary star system to a trinary star system. Two stars orbiting each other is easy to describe mathematically. Three stars that are gravitationally bound will generate motion that is chaotic. We can still generate computational models to predict what will happen. It's just not rigidly solvable with a simple mathematical formula like with a two-body system, which was solved all the way back in Newton's time. There are also special limiting cases of three-body systems that are solvable, such as when the third body is of negligible mass in comparison to the first two. So really, it's an interesting aspect of applied mathematics, but it actually isn't some enormous catastrophe for astrophysics. We can model celestial dynamics very successfully anyway. So that's what the three-body problem is. Terrence does not know what the three-body problem is. I mean, he genuinely has no idea.
Oh, he called you binaries.
Didn't even bother Googling it to get the gist of it. And yet, through divine providence, Terry has solved it. He solved something that is literally impossible to solve, and he did it without even knowing what it is. Isn't that something? Here he is now, enlightening us with his supreme wisdom. Not in front of...
Hold on, no, that's 100% the way that Trump... that's like, we need to come up with a term for it. It's like Trump scientific theory. Trump scientific theory involves not knowing a goddamn thing about the thing that you're talking about and then being like, I solved it. Like, dude, this is... Terrence Howard had to have voted for Trump, right? What do you guys think? I mean, there's a solid chance Terrence Howard voted for a third-party person. Let's see. Who? I bet you Terrence Howard voted for Kanye in 2016. I bet he voted for Kanye. I know you guys have seen the Kanye meme, right? Have you guys seen the thing that Kanye tweeted about him and his cousin? You guys see that shit? People are legit, like, losing their minds, dude. Like, COVID broke these people, dude. There is no coming back for these people. And that's why I'm not even trying. For poor X there, okay? I know X probably left because we started talking about math and shit, and that's just like fucking, it's like garlic to a vampire, okay? But, like, X, just so you know, for like a year and a half, I tried talking to you guys. I tried being like, I'll be outside the cult for you guys with a cigarette and a hug. I'll be here for you guys. I tried. But I realized at one point, y'all just insane. You broken. Like, COVID broke you guys. Trump broke you guys. He fucking, like, wrung you guys out like a fucking dirty dish rag. He was like every last drop. And now he doesn't even notice you. You ain't even dog shit on his shoe, dude. He wouldn't stop to wipe you off his golf cleats. Okay? Like, he wouldn't even stop. He'd just toss that pair of shoes right in the trash can with you on top of it. Just, like, not even notice you. Just fucking right in the trash can. Go buy a new pair of shoes. I tried. I did. I tried to help you guys. A bunch of y'all invited me to the cult because apparently just me being fucking trailer park. Y'all were like, we got a place for you in MAGA. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I haven't gone completely insane. I mean, I'm always a little insane. Just a little bit because I'm a ginger. That's part of us. It's the Irish in us, right? It's the irreverence. You ever seen Braveheart? The fucking crazy Irish dude in Braveheart? Yeah, that's my blood. That's the people flowing in me. We're fucking insane. It's okay, though. We've harnessed that shit for good. I'm thinking Terrence Howard voted for, let's see, 2020, probably, fuck, 2024. Let's just go 2024. Did he vote for Trump or did he not vote for Trump? Like I said, it's actually a hard one. Because somebody like Terrence thinks he plays like 7D chess, right? Like he's like, actually, I'm not going to vote for Trump because Trump's actually a skin suit. You say you voted for Trump, Jeremy? Voted for Drake? Mitchell, 100%. See, I'm going with Mitchell. Good job. Good job.
Of a whiteboard, something that is literally impossible to solve, and he did it without even knowing what it is. Isn't that something? Here he is now, enlightening us with his supreme wisdom. Not in front of a whiteboard where he can show us math, heavens no. He's just in some random place outside. Obviously, because he's a super thoughtful and supremely wise sage that is one with nature. You wouldn't understand. Just watch.
Hold on. First of all, that's a green screen. That's a green screen. His background was floating.
March 20th, 2025.
Oh, hell yeah.
The eve of the spring equinox.
Terrence Howard has the right voice for it, though.
This is a gift to the world on its birthday.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
It's the world's birthday now? Where did he get that? He thinks it's possible to pinpoint a singular day for the formation of the Earth, and also that he knows...
Oh, Drew! He voted for himself! That's a good fucking call. You guys always have better answers than I do. In the wise words of X, okay? You have to recognize when you're wrong. I think that's what he said. I could be fucking wrong. In the wise words of a Twitch user, you've got to recognize when your chat is better at answering the questions than you are. And you guys are so much better than me. So much better than me. Why is he Asian? Well, Troy, I mean, okay, so when a man and a woman, Troy, okay, so coitus, all right? And, okay, so, like, I think it's, like, the way it works. Now, I'm from the trailer park, so I could get this wrong, but one thing, if there's one thing people from the trailer park really fucking know, it's coitus, okay? Like, look, I got strong swimmers, okay? I tried for kids twice, and my wife got pregnant twice. Like, my white trash genes are so strong, okay, Troy, that, like, if I wanted to, I could have, like, 14 children. I could have more kids than Elon, Phillip Rivers, Antonio Cromartie, and Nick Cannon combined right now. Like, right now, if I wanted to, I did the world a favor. I got clipped, okay, because the swimmers were too strong. But I'm just saying, okay, when an Asian man and a black woman, or vice versa, when they have coitus, okay, I believe that it's 1 × 1 = 2, okay, Troy? Jesus. You know I'm here for you. You know I'm here for you, Troy.
Knows what day that is? Never mind. Let's get to the point.
My friends, my fellow seekers of truth,
Okay.
and all those who have ever gazed up at the stars and pondered the infinite dance of the cosmos.
Okay, at least he believes in space.
Today,
Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
we gather at the threshold of a new understanding.
Okay. Big words.
You see, for centuries, the three-body problem
Hold on. This is reminding me of something. Do you guys know about the quantum bullshit generator? Let's do it. I wonder if this still exists. It might not exist. Oh, sorry. New age bullshit generator. Okay, here you guys go. This is what it sounds like when people like this talk. Are you guys ready? I'm going to re-ionize our electrons. Are you guys ready for this? Here we go. All right. This is what he sounds like right here. Life is the birth of grace and of us. The stratosphere is full of transmissions. Non-locality is a constant. Yes, it is possible to eliminate the things that can disrupt us, but not without wisdom on our side. It's time to take intuition to the next level. The future will be a transformative evolving of non-locality. This quest never ends. Throughout history, humans have been interacting with the quantum soup via electrical impulses. Our conversations with other warriors have led us to an invocation of ultra-archetypal consciousness. Reality has always been aglow with storytellers whose bodies are transformed into consciousness. The Nexus is calling to you via molecular structures. Can you hear it? How should you navigate this archetypal quantum archetypal quantum cycle? That's a fucking tongue twister. Oh, this is like, you guys should, this is the shit right here, guys. This is what he sounds like. Like, this is what I should fucking do. All I should do, like, the grift is so goddamn easy. If I needed money, see, my problem is I don't need money because I have a career. So I'm fine with what I'm doing, right? So I guess my problem, like, I would be a much more motivated content creator for grifting, for views and clicks, if I needed money. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I should just like go in and quit and force myself into this really bad position so that way I take on the grift. Because I could literally just make fucking videos like this and people like X would be like, bro. Yes. Yes, brother. Yes. And I'd be like fucking YouTube rich. YouTube rich. You know what being honest gets you on YouTube? People on Twitch coming in and saying dumb shit. In case you guys don't know what that is, that's the new age bullshit generator. And every time you reionize the electrons, it gives you a new one. Hope is a constant. To follow the myth is to become one with it. Balance requires exploration. Okay? So that's all you guys are getting from that. I'm not going to do any more.
Unsolvable enigma. A testament
Sorry,
to
Nana.
the chaos that emerges when celestial bodies interact under the invisible hand of great
Look,
gravity.
X is already falling from
Yes,
my new age
saying
bullshit generator.
great gravity
It's fucking
in a
amazing.
sarcastic
It's
tone
like
because
in
you're an
real
electric
time.
universe nutter who doesn't believe in gravity is totally a great way to preface you pretending that you've solved an impossible to solve problem pertaining to gravitation.
And think, great minds from Newton to Poincare all wrestled with its unpredictable nature of the three-body problem. And as a result, for centuries, chaos reigned.
Wait, chaos reigned? Like for humans? You think being unable to solve a hypothetical mathematical problem is responsible for political strife?
But today, on this
It's what got us Trump, guys. The three-body problem got us Trump.
We unveil a solution, one that's not bound by the limitations of classical thought, but rather guided by the harmony of the universe itself.
You said it was the eve of the equinox. Now it's the equinox? Sounds like time dilation to me. Anyway, show us this universal harmony that transcends the limitations of classical thought, Terry. Show us some kick-ass next-level math, which I'm assuming
He
you'll
is so
overlay on the
high.
screen digitally, since nobody would be
is
dumb
so
enough to
high.
pretend that they've solved a mathematical problem without showing any math whatsoever.
Okay, you ever got so high that one of your eyeballs is lower than the other? And why does it look like he is tired in one eyelid? Like, bro has one fucking really baggy eyelid. One of his eyes is fucking completely asleep. It looks like Terrence Howard looks like he just got done fucking boxing George Foreman. Like, this man, you know, I was going to say don't get this high before you come on YouTube. But actually, to be honest, it probably works. Like, you got to bring yourself to their level. Donald Trump, the truest thing that Trump supporters have ever said is Donald Trump is just like us. They weren't talking about money. They weren't talking about being blue collar. They're talking about being morons. Together, connected as one. And that's all Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard is like, I hope y'all smoked a joint. I hope y'all is as high as I am. Because we about to talk about some shit that I have no fucking clue. And neither do you. But together, we're going to feel like we solved some shit. And tomorrow, you're going to go to work and you're going to tell your friends about it. And they're going to be like, whoa. Whoa. You'd be welcome into the Rogan crowd and Bruh group. Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, dude, I was in the Rogan crowd and Bruh group. I told you. I cross boundaries, guys. That's what I do. Like, my sense of humor, I've told you guys, I don't claim a political party, specifically because my sense of humor, at times, I was watching Anthony Jeselnik last night, and a lot of people, I'm sure many of you guys would be like, fuck that shit. That guy's an asshole. I laugh at some absurd shit. What I don't laugh at is people being real, actual assholes. If you want to be a racist piece of shit, I'm going to call you out on that. You want to be homophobic? I'm going to call you out on that. But if you want to make some jokes about some dumb shit, I'm generally going to laugh if it's funny. And that was the whole thing that Jeselnik said, right? Like, if the crowd ain't laughing, then you ain't doing your job. You don't get to claim cancel culture. You're just not funny. That's the way it works. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, I watched Rogan for years. One of the things, like, I'm not one of that crowd that'll deny, like, oh, I've always hated Rogan. I haven't always hated Rogan. There's like, I tell my wife all the time, I'm like that girlfriend, or not even the girlfriend. I'm like that girl that always thinks that she can fix broken men. You know, like, oh, has anybody tried to help him? Like, that's me. I'm like, I think I can make Elon a good father. I'm like, I think I can bring Elon in and be like, hey, bud, your kids are the most important thing in your life. Fuck all this other shit. Fuck all this being the richest man in the world. Fuck all this, like, Doge bullshit and being important. You know what makes you important, dog? Being a good father. Being around for your children. Making a difference in their life. Helping them be successful. Being a positive figure for them. Regardless of what your child chooses to do in life, they're the most important part of your life. And when you lie on your deathbed, dog, you're going to be thinking to yourself, man, I really fucked up with that kid. And I wish I didn't. That's me. That's me giving Elon Musk a talk. With Joe Rogan, I'm like, I can fix him. I can bring him aside and be like, remember, Joe? Remember the times? Remember when you had Jonathan Haidt on and he told you, like, you know, about social psychology? Remember when Steven Pinker? Remember when he talked to you about how brains work? You remember Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about space, dog? How about Brian Cox? Remember Brian Cox? All these people that don't go on your show anymore. Do you know why they don't go on your show anymore, Joe? It's because you fucked up. Your brain's all fucked up, Joe. Like, I'd be like a much more lefty Douglas Murray, you know. But, yeah, at the end of the day, that's who I am as a person. That's like why I said, it's like, for a while there, I was like, I can help these MAGA people figure out that they're fucking insane. And then at one point or another, like, apparently not. Never mind. I blew my entire load trying to help them. Now I'm just like, whatever. If they want to be crazy, they can be crazy, and I'll just make fun of them. That's the better thing for me. But yeah, I have fit in there. We do have some questionable humor.
Geometry,
yes, we do.
Tetrient dynamics, and of course the Howard comma.
Golf knows. He's been in the military.
Well, that's just a list of dumb things you made up. Except the third one. What was that? Did he say Howard comma? I actually didn't know.
Hold on, dude. Professor Dave's sense of humor kills me. Oh, I fucking love it.
And of course the Howard comma.
Well, that's just a list of dumb things you made up. Except the third one. What was that? Did he say Howard comma? I actually didn't know this, but that's another way of referencing the Oxford comma, which is an optional final comma in a list of 3 or more items. Something that is used by anyone who isn't a grammatical heathen.
He didn't make it up?
Does he think punctuation is going to help him do math?
Oh, fuck yeah. Good job, Terrence.
A model that transforms instability into resonance, chaos into order, and uncertainty into elegant predictability.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds awesome. So what is it? Do you have some slides or something?
By embedding the 3-body system into a curvilinear tetrahedral structure.
Okay.
We have discovered a self-correcting harmonic framework that eliminates any divergence.
Bro!
Curvilinear tetrahedral structure? Yeah, that definitely doesn't mean anything. Curvilinear implies curves. A tetrahedron is comprised of straight lines, something that you regularly say doesn't exist anyway. Self-correcting harmonic framework also doesn't mean anything. You just don't know what harmonics are. I guess that's why you're not showing anything, since there's no way to create anything that physically represents the random words you've thrown together to sound intelligent.
It stabilizes.
It's too easy, dude. There's so many dumb people out there that are just like, bro, I love these words and the way he talks, and he's smiling. He's a good, I like this guy.
This isn't just some academic achievement. This is a gift to humanity itself.
Do you regularly give gifts that are just empty boxes? Because we're all still waiting to see the thing you're pretending to be giving us. I would hate to be one of Terry's kids on Christmas. Look, it's a puppy. Dad, this box is empty. I hate you. Go play with your linchpin, you ungrateful little jerk.
It's a shift in how we perceive the so-called forces that govern our reality. From astrophysics to quantum mechanics, from celestial navigation to the very structure of the universe itself. This discovery right here redefines what is possible.
Oh, shit.
What discovery? Are you looking at something below the frame? Is there something there we can't...
Max, that's the only thing you can say. You just gotta say, wow. Like, this is why I get interested in cults, right? Like, I fucking love cults. That's why MAGA is, like, such a crazy thing for me. It's always, for me, I used to sit around and just watch, like, cult shit, because I always wanted to see, like, what about these people? What is it about these certain people, like, brings people in and keeps them there and makes them invest so heavily in them that they would, like, give away their houses, let them sleep with their wife, sometimes let them sleep with them. You guys all know my multiple steps to a cult. The multiple steps are: first you give away your house, then the master sleeps with your wife, and then the master fucks you. Then you go bankrupt, they take your house, and most likely you drink some Kool-Aid. That's the final step. But I've always thought it's really fucking interesting with cult leaders, how they're capable of just saying absolutely nothing fucking at all. And people, I think it's the tone of voice. I think it's the way they smile. That's the only thing I guess, right? Because I literally watched this, like, Bhagwan guy, and he's, like, drooling on himself with a big old fucking beard, sitting on a chair, and he's like, love is the answer to the question of the universe. And I'm like, bro, could you speed up? Like, I need my cult leaders to have more charisma, to speak faster, okay? Like, I've said it before. With Hitler, you could see that motherfucker. Like, you could understand why Germans got, like, super hyped before he started doing the crazy shit, right? Like, when he came out and he was like, Heinz, Franz, economy bad, we will work hard. And, like, people were like, fuck yeah, brother. Like, this guy's got fucking energy, okay? Back then, we didn't know it was methamphetamines, okay? Like, obviously, that was the secret sauce. But when you saw, if you were, like, an everyday German citizen, the economy's bad. The Treaty of Versailles has fucked you. Like, you ain't allowed to have an army to do anything. The Americans are sanctioning you. The fucking Great Depression hits the globe. We tariff the shit out of the rest of the globe. Sound familiar, guys? Does it sound familiar? We tariff the shit out of the rest of the globe. The fucking impact on German economy is just, like, horrible. So they got Versailles, they got sanctions, they got tariffs, and the economy was already in the pit, right? And then this dude comes out and starts fucking Heinz, Franzing you, okay? Yelling about how you gonna get your job back, all right? We're gonna march to that motherfucker's house and we're gonna make some money. And he's yelling and you're like, okay, I can see how people got hype, okay? I don't see how they didn't notice once things started going the wrong way, you know? They're like, oh shit, guys, I think we might have gone too far, you know? But with, like, these kind of people, or with Trump, it's like, who the fuck thinks this guy is a great leader, a fucking towering intellect? Like, who thinks these people are who should be in charge? It's fucking mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. $5? $5. I once dated a chick that would find a word in the dictionary. She used to say we had a platonic relationship after we... 5 alarm. Oh, dude, that's another thing. When people get stuck on words, like they love certain words and they can't stop saying it. I do that shit too. I can do that shit too. It happens to me as well. I need to wait for a cult expert to go on Joe Rogan. I don't think that Joe Rogan has very good guests anymore. Sorry, X. I've watched a couple of Joe Rogans. I like the Ray Kurzweil Joe Rogan. That one was pretty good. But that was because Ray Kurzweil was the one talking. Joe just, like, I don't know if you guys saw it recently. Joey Diaz going off on Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan wouldn't stop talking about COVID. And he's like, would you fucking stop? Can we talk about anything else? All you talk about is politics and COVID. I was like, damn, who thought Joey Diaz was going to be the one, like the fucking, the voice of sanity is Joey Diaz. Like, what? What fucking, what is this timeline? Holy shit. Cults are fascinating. They are. They're super fucking fascinating. Plato did get some. Plato would be pretty upset with us calling it a platonic relationship because Plato did have sex, guys. Just so you guys know. Okay? I know we got the Aristotle politics behind me, but I know some Plato too. I know some Schopenhauer. Okay? I know some Nietzsche. I've delved into a little Dostoevsky. Okay? Can't say that name, but you guys know what I'm going for. I know a little Plato. Okay? You like Mike Baker on Rogan? Yeah, I don't... Once again, I get tired about hearing the same fucking subject over and over again. So I get tired of the Mike Baker shit. Like I said, I don't watch Rogan very much anymore. I only check it out mostly to see what crazy shit he's saying nowadays. Because he's like literally the old man that smokes a joint, gets on the TikToks, fucking with old man brain, and he's like, the trans are trying to go in the bathrooms. And then Jamie's like, yeah, no, actually they didn't, Joe. And he's like, what? But didn't Joe Biden say that the airplanes in the Revolutionary War, didn't he say that there were airplanes? And no, Trump said that. What? Like, that's the Joe Rogan show now. That's literally the Joe Rogan show now. Is Jamie correcting fucking Joe Rogan about the dumb shit that he saw on TikTok. That's it. And Mike Baker, when he goes on there, he just talks about the same shit over and over again. But it's not that bad. It's not as bad. How about Jung? I've only looked into a little bit of Jung. Jung's got that real like dark side shit of like everybody has like an innate like monster, right? Isn't that one of his things? It's Jung, right? Carl Jung. I always fuck up his name too. You guys phonetically spell that shit for my trailer park ass. Make it happen for me. Adolf was taught by magicians and a hypnotist. I don't actually, I'm not going to not believe that. It sounds about right. Zen and art of motorcycle maintenance. Nice. Was Kant, which one was Voltaire, right? Was it Voltaire that said that he believed animals were automatons without any feelings? Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Just so you guys know.
Can't see? Can you scribble something on a piece of paper? Anything?
Yeah, it does resemble a fucking prop talk. Yeah.
On this birthday of the earth, this single moment of cosmic symmetry, we are going to release this knowledge freely to the world.
I can get that one.
Let this be the spark that illuminates a new path where
was he the dark side
no
guy?
one has to fear chaos,
he talks a lot about the dark side of humans.
The harmony that underlines everything. This is the dawn of a new understanding.
I don't know about all this cosmic symmetry bullshit, but if you want to give us a new understanding, you have to first show us that you understand a single word you've said in this entire video, because it sure sounds like you don't.
Let us step forward together on March 20th, 2025.
Oh, this is a month ago. I'm way behind.
Slow down, champ. Catch your breath. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to step with us? And also, where the fuck are you going with this incoherent rambling? Let's maybe wrap it up.
This is the day the three-body enigma was solved.
What?
Happy birthday, world.
He just went full George Bush Jr. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's like, mission accomplished. Oh, shit, dude. See, this is what I'm saying. I am doing this all wrong. I just need to get on here. I need to do that shit with MAGA, dude. I need to get on here and just like fucking word salad this shit up and be like, boom. This was the day that I solved the MAGA mind virus. Happy birthday, America. Like, is that all you need to do? Is that how you are? Like, I keep saying this, and I do believe this, that the educational standards of America are getting lower and lower every fucking minute, and I mean that every minute. And people are overstimulated and undereducated. I know that these are my core beliefs, but I'm still surprised at how fucking dumb human beings are. Specifically Americans. It's fucking like mind-blowing how stupid we are as a society. Like how addicted to fucking scrolling 15, 30 second, 60 second videos, getting all our information from memes. Like when it came out about Tim Pool and Benny Johnson and who were the other couple people, Lauren Southern, how Tenet Media was being paid by Russian Today TV. Like fucking people didn't even bat an eyelash. Like Tim Pool, those guys, they're like, we got tricked. But they didn't like deny. I mean, they did in some offhanded manner be like, well, we didn't actually like create content for them. But like, yeah, we did take money from them. They didn't even bat a fucking eyelash, dude. Like, it's insane to me how willingly ignorant our society is. And I don't travel enough. I've never traveled outside of America. I've barely traveled outside of my state. I've been to probably 3 or 4 states, maybe 5. So I don't have a great worldview on how other countries are doing. But I can tell you this, I'm a fucking expert on how this country is doing. And sweet Jesus, if there is like some type of steroids for intelligence, we need to put that shit in the water, okay? Like I don't know what the fuck what it'd take to improve the average IQ of the American citizen, the average education level of the American citizen, the average media literacy level of the American citizen, critical thinking, political literacy, any of those things. If there happens to be a drug, I'm just gonna say this: put it in the water, please. We have good enough teeth now. I think we're okay. If we got to substitute this drug for fluoride, I will willingly lose some teeth if people will just get fucking smarter. Holy shit. It's insane. I want to go to Australia. One day when I can finally retire, I'm going places. I'm leaving the country a couple times.
Chris?
I'll probably
Christy?
be deported anyway.
What? Is that your imaginary friend, or do you have a math...
Hold on, what? What did he say? I missed it.
Happy Birthday World by Terrence D. Howard and Christy Seeley.
Who? Chris? Christy? What? Is that your imaginary friend, or do you have a mathematician tied up in your Airbnb? How many different hallucinogens are you on right now? Amazingly, that's the end of the video. I have no idea why he thought it was a good idea to post something so profoundly idiotic. Is there really nothing else? Let's look at the description. Here's a link. Wow, a website. Linchpin. Aw, his cute shape. What are all these tabs? Materials. Our services? Oh boy. Choose a package. Basic package.
Oh,
what is he running, a fucking
towels,
spa?
Dude.
Oh,
yeah.
no. Maybe you want to launch a business,
I'm in. This
create
looks like
a
a good
project.
cult.
Oh, shit. This is it.
Dude, this looks like a good cult. Never fucking mind. What am I saying? Dude, I'm joining up. $250. That's not a bad deal. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know what it includes, but it's got a pitcher of water being poured into a glass. So for $250, I got to tell you guys, like that seems like a screaming deal. All right, the other one had a towel. So you know that at the least you're getting a drink of water and what looks like maybe a shower for $500. Not a bad deal in today's economy.
This is the grift. Let's try the deluxe package. Creative project. Wait, isn't this the same exact description?
We're heading over there.
For $500, it better come with a shit ton of these towels. Gold package? It's the exact same thing again, but with a bathrobe and a candle. You guys, I was not prepared for this. Oh, but let's see what they are saying.
Oh, yeah,
Lori
people with
says
glasses.
that it all begins with an
Hold
idea.
on.
Yeah, that makes
No. That last one, that's AI, bro. The girl all the way on the right, the Asian girl. Tell me that's not fucking AI. Dude, that's 100% AI. Look at her face. Look at her neck. Dude, did he AI generate people to give himself good fucking reviews? Why have I not done that? I am so behind this con game. I am so behind. I should be generating AI reviews for myself that says, this motherfucker be spitting. Okay? This guy's jokes are hot fire. Never seen MAGA cry quite like the way they do when dealing with this ginger. Okay? Things like that. Just fucking real shit. Honest reviews from AI people. That's 100% AI on the fucking far right AI.
Makes sense. What about Jamie? Oh, same quote. Maybe that's a mistake.
Wait.
Lindsay?
What?
Fuck
Oh.
me. Lindsay says it too. What are the odds? Well, it looks like Terry is as good at running a scam website as he is at doing basic math. Good God, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Let's try merchandise. Okay, some drones which are clearly CGI and don't actually exist. Ooh, some snazzy lights. No prices listed, but handcrafted by Terry. I'm sure they work and everything. Ooh, t-shirts.
Jesus.
1 × 1 = 2, obviously. And here's one where he has a
Dude, I swear to God. I am so torn. I don't know whether I want to be the idiot wearing the 1 × 1 = 2, or if I see a person wearing the 1 × 1 = 2, if I'm going to call them out in public. I almost want to own that shirt as like something to wear to like a friend's house, not out in public. I'm not saying like I'm going to go to like a Bernie Sanders rally with that sucker on. Okay, but like I feel like I should show up to blackjack night. Like we could give them some fucking unnecessary confidence, because first of all, I'm a terrible gambler. Okay, so like I have no bluff face. Okay, but if I showed up wearing a 1 × 1 = 2 shirt to the blackjack game, I'm pretty sure like people are like, we taking this ginger's money. This guy's gonna lose. I am torn, guys. I kind of actually want to buy that shirt. I mean, I also don't want to die, and then like my kids are going through my closet, and they're like, "Wow, our dad was a fucking idiot."
square root going across an equal sign. Classic Terry. Now let's try knowledge base. Wow, look, it's 3-body problem stuff. Maybe he has some math after all. Let's try resolving the 3-body problem. Hey, look, a thing with words, and it's a whole 3 pages by Terry and Chris D. Seeley. That must be who he was talking about in the ayahuasca video.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find out who this is. 3D modeling, physics simulation, and scientific visualization at the Church of Truth, Love, and Consciousness. Oh, so he's some random dude that Terry pays to make his Blender animations. Got it. Ooh, a publication. The geometry of the proton and the tetryon shape. Yeah, that checks out. Okay, back to the fake paper. Wow, it accurately states what the 3-body problem is. That's unexpected.
Nice. Good job.
Okay, 1.2. Oh, that's not great. It's just Terry's gibberish. None of these mean anything. That's going to make them pretty hard to define, but let's see what he comes up with.
Hold on. I want to read
Curvilinear
this.
tetrahedral lattices in hard to
I want to
define,
read that
but
one. Imposes curvilinear tetrahedral constraints that stabilize chaotic orbits. Oh, fuck yeah, brother. Keep spitting. Self-organizing resonance nodes correct phase instabilities. Oh, shit. Man. Woo! Establishes a higher order harmonic resonance correcting cumulative perturbations. Wow. Dude, like, he is the new age bullshitter. Like, you can't convince me this isn't that this isn't some kind of matrix going on right now, guys. Is the dead internet thing real? Are you guys real? Are you guys real? Fucking, you guys fucking with me? Are you guys real? This is a simulation, dude.
But let's see what he comes up with.
Oh my god.
Curvilinear tetrahedral lattices in higher dimensions to stabilize the chaotic bifurcation of 3-body trajectories. Yes. Bifurcation means to split into 2 branches or parts. He thinks these objects...
That's what my colon looks like. That's a pretty sick burn if you tell somebody that their colon is bifurcated. Whatever, bro, your colon is bifurcated. Or what if, how about this? How about for sexy time talk? What if like you're talking to your wife and you're like, you're about to get your colon bifurcated? Dude. All right, you guys try that. I'm not going to try that. You guys try that shit out. And we all died 100 days ago, and this is hell. You aren't wrong, Mitchell. It's a theory. It's a theory. But I want one of you guys try this shit, because I can't, okay? I've been married for 20 plus years, and if my wife divorces me, there's absolutely no woman that will take me, okay? So one of you guys got to try this, okay? I want one of you guys to say to your significant other tonight, I'm about to bifurcate your colon. I'm about to create a side branch in your colon. Why is there 3 names for the fucking middle? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm about to get all up in the middle of your polygon of confluence. Oh, shit, dude. Oh, fuck. You know, back in high school, they used to call me the flow divider. This is not financial advice, guys. That's a birth defect. Oh, Phil, don't report me. I've already got a strike dog. Oh, fuck. Reported for bad marriage advice. $5 from a 5-alarm fire. Sorry, 5-alarm. Sorry. Sorry. I wear the Jewish Space Laser Corps. Mazel Tov in Alabama. I just get blank stares of confusion. Oh, dude. One of the Jeselnik jokes is he goes, you know, because his whole shtick is to say something and then say something edgy afterwards that you don't expect to hear. So he goes, you know what? I love this country, but there's one thing wrong with this country. You know what is bullshit? Kids can drive at 16 years old. 16 years old they can drive. But at 18, they can join the military. And you know what? You know what's wrong with that? At 16, I'm not allowed to have sex with them. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. And then he goes, I told that joke in Alabama. And the guy stood up and he said, good news! The age of consent here is 16. And he said, I said to the man, you should fix that. He said, I then went to Mississippi and told the same joke and then told them about the guy in Alabama. And the guy stood up and said, the age of consent here is 14. Oh, Alabama. Oh, Alabama. Oh, Alabama.
Duplicate. Bifurcation means to split into 2 branches or parts. He thinks
Good
these
times,
objects
guys.
duplicate themselves
Good
and
times.
go in
Glad you guys
different
are here.
directions. What's a
for not
curvilinear
leaving.
tetrahedral lattice? Can we see a picture
Ooh.
of that? I guess not.
I wanna get
Wow,
up in
look
that
at this.
tetrahedral
It's
lattice.
math-looking stuff.
Ooh,
This
yeah.
must be what Chris was for.
Yeah,
Okay,
all right.
function kappa of t. What's kappa? He didn't define it. That's a shame. The sum of the absolute values
Don't
of the
need to.
differences of the 3 positions. How is he defining these positions? I don't see any axes. He thinks positions are scalars that can be subtracted. Harmonic scaling factors. Where? What? Oh, and dx of t doesn't mean anything. Dx is
But
an
it equals zero,
infinitesimal
bro.
used in integration, not a function. Yikes.
Nice.
He should have gotten a freshman year math major instead of Chris. Bifurcation through.
This looks like the Trump tariff math all over again. It's just like when they posted the Trump tariff math, and the dude that they stole that math from was like, bro, they put the exports and the imports in the wrong place. They're minusing the wrong thing from the wrong thing, and they quadrupled the tariffs. He's like, I don't even know how they got those solutions even out of the fucked up problem that they used. Oh, you guys see the similarities? Do you see it?
Through I and -1 dimensions? How adorably meaningless. He thinks dimension means realms or something spooky. To further correct chaotic instabilities? I didn't
Damn,
know
I
he had
knew it,
started.
Jimmy.
He's got the multiplication symbol from grade school in there, since that's
Nice.
as far as he got. He definitely
job.
doesn't mean cross product, since these are functions, not vectors. And he's got
Okay.
f of
I don't know what
kappa
that
and
means.
g of kappa in there, kappa being the function we just saw, not a variable. So he's taking the function of a function, and the new functions are not defined, except to say they are curvature correcting harmonic functions.
Yeah,
Cool.
dude.
Did you want to
Yeah.
display them, Chief? No? You're just going to describe them vaguely? Got it.
Oh,
Ooh,
use
the
Howard comma,
harmonic
comma.
correction, h of kappa. This one has calculus in it, you
know
guys.
he is unknown.
This function is the
You know he
integral
is.
from 0 to t of gamma of kappa t prime dt prime, which equals approximately 0. Holy shit, that's a lot of stupid. In calculus, the prime symbol denotes differentiation, so he's trying to differentiate his infinitesimal while pretending that a function of one variable can equal the integral of a function of that variable and
I don't
another
even know what the fuck
variable,
you just
and
said.
this must be approximately 0 without actually evaluating the integral, which of course is impossible since none of these functions are defined. Wow. What's next? Summation notation? What are we summing up here? Unclear. The perturbative Hamiltonian? Wow, and he does
like
use
that
the
word.
letter
Those
H
are
and
good.
everything. Of course, just the letter, not the actual operator symbol, and which would have absolutely no application here whatsoever anyway, since it's used in
Nice.
quantum mechanics and thus has absolutely nothing to do with celestial dynamics. Also, these double brackets can't possibly mean anything. If it's absolute value, then putting it twice is redundant. Sometimes double
that's
vertical
amazing.
brackets mean taking the norm of a vector or function, but these R terms are neither
Thank-
vectors nor
this is
functions.
getting me horny.
He also has H depending on H of kappa. Proof of periodicity. M of kappa equals,
All right, I'm
and
gonna go
then
use the
nothing
bathroom
on
real
the
quick.
other side, switching instead
guys
to
hang out with
stating
Professor
that
Dave,
R
okay?
belongs to three-dimensional space, colon, the gradient of H of
I'll be
kappa
right back
equals 0.
while he's giving you guys
this
a math
is
lesson,
mathematical
'cause I have no
gibberish
fucking
of the
idea what he's
highest
talking
order.
about.
I repeat, this is not real math. This is what people who don't know any math think real math looks like. It's like going ching chong ting tang and pretending you're speaking Mandarin. Computation, validation, and results. We perform numerical simulations. What the fuck is a numerical simulation? You mean doing math? That's funny. I haven't seen any yet. But don't worry, these imaginary simulations resulted in orbits stabilizing along resonance nodes. Orbits of what? Where? Can we see it? Also, you think that the three-body problem is supposed to stabilize trajectories of orbits? You're confusing math with science, kiddo. This is my favorite part. Classical solutions, chaotic divergence with unpredictable trajectory bifurcations. Trajectories can't bifurcate, and there is no classical solution. Corrected solution, stable, periodic orbits, stabilized by harmonic nodes. Orbits of what? Stabilized where? Harmonic nodes who? This is pathetic. And they finish with discussion and future work. They're already thinking about future work when they haven't even done an ounce of work to begin with. It's very clear that one of two things is true. Either Terry paid someone who also doesn't understand math to write some super short mathy looking thing, or somebody who doesn't understand math convinced Terry that he understands the gibberish Terry spews and can make math out of it, and then got paid to do that. Now it's here on this website so that the most gullible people alive can glance at it, think, gee, that looks like real math, I guess, and then buy one of his $500 spa package life coaching sessions with the bonus bathroom.
we're back to the good
Ridiculous.
stuff.
Now we're going to get to that podcast episode, but first a quick message.
All right, guys.
In this
can
post-truth
you guys
era,
explain
it's
that
tough
shit
to
to me
stay
like I'm
informed.
5?
Whatever's going on in science or politics, there are so many narratives being
Why did I
spun.
walk
How
away
can
on
you
that
be sure
part?
that a particular news source is
'Cause I
reliable?
didn't know what the hell he
For
was talking
example,
about.
RFK is in the news right now talking about autism research.
It's,
what is it
Professor
all
Dave.
about?
No,
you know
no.
the coverage is going to be all over the map. Praise, condemnation.
his
So what are
ground
the
news?
facts? You could read 100 sources and compare, but who has time for that? The solution is ground news. Ground recently pivoting to low-effort, sensationalist entertainment, exploiting
Nice.
conservative biases to insulate
Did he go
himself
on
from
PBD?
criticism of his scamming.
Oh, we
I
haven't
don't
watched
feel the
Patrick
need to
Bet David in a
expand on
minute.
what a fraud this guy is, since I focus on covering charlatans who promote science denial, and plenty of other people have already torn this guy to
Beetlejuice, all right.
shreds.
I don't
but a
understand
quick
it
look
either.
through his previous
Oh, was there
podcast
mild
episodes
racism?
will at least
Oh,
serve
shit.
to demonstrate that his content is
I
total
wasn't here
horseshit
for
that is
it.
not
I do
worth
not
watching.
condone.
Flat earthers, pseudo-archaeology frauds like Graham Hancock, Randall Carlson, and Billy Carson.
Oh, nice.
Big Pharma exposed. Zionist
Oh, yeah.
mouthpiece Douglas Murray.
Holy shit, PBD's going down the Rogan route. Wow. I mean, not like he was very, like, super high class before this. I mean, PBD's always been kind of lowbrow. I mean, he's like that guy that's like, look, I know a couple things. I've learned a couple things in my life. And also, I'm a successful insurance agent that scammed a bunch of people. So that makes me important, okay? All right? I don't know if you guys know who I think I am, all right? But I am that person. Very important, Oh, good. No known cure. The vaccine injured. The battle against Big Pharma. Facts create chaos. Never trust, always verify. That's actually solid. That's solid. Donald Trump reveals his next 5 moves. Speaks on tariffs. That actually, I should probably watch that video because I have no idea what this dude is doing.
Lies about voter fraud in 2020, and of course Trump himself. That makes it the perfect place for Terry to whine about what a super mega genius he is and how none of...
Why is he wearing a hoodie with a hat on top of the hoodie? And is that a robe? What is up with that fit? As my children would say, that's not a very tough fit, okay? He looks like somebody's grandma got lost and just ended up on the PBD show. Actually, you know what it looks like? It looks like he's trying to sell her life insurance. It looks like PBD just was like, you know what would be great is if you got a hold of this really good life insurance plan. How old are you? Are you a cigarette smoker? I can tell you this right now. If you don't get this rate locked in now, by the time you're over 65, it's going to double. The time to get locked in. Have you got anybody in your family that has cancer? Did your grandmother have cancer? How about your grandmother's grandmother? Did she have cancer? I don't know why I'm giving a New York accent, but like it seems fit anyways. Yeah, and it looks like he ventured out of the insane asylum. That's my only... What is that sweater? What is this?
The stupid, close-minded ivory tower elites will recognize his genius.
Gotta have
Let's
a good
get
robe
to
to wear
him
in
doing
public.
exactly that right from the first second of the video.
So after I'm done here today, I'm going to put online the equations necessary to have unlimited energy just to say you to the world.
Oh, okay.
Interesting? I was going to go with insane. What's most...
Dude, the best part is when PBD brings on people that, like, I don't think he necessarily understood whereas insane as they are. In that moment when he notices, he's like, oh shit, I might have fucked up. This person's crazier than the normal people I bring on here. Oh, dude, do you guys remember that video? Was it the Krasenstein twins? Was it the Krasenstein twins when he brings them on and it's like, he asks them if they've ever thought about being gay or something like that? Oh, what was it? It was like, don't you think that the media is trying to turn you gay? Like, wasn't that what it was? God damn it. We should watch that video again. It was amazing.
Most hilarious is that the shitty stock footage of random math equations he overlaid on this stinger intro is the only real math we will see for the entire episode.
Can we get Dr. Yu out here, Rob?
Dr. Moreau?
Yes. You guys have never
Is that Dr.
And you're currently working for NASA.
He brought on an Asian.
Wow, I was confused when he said NASA, but then I saw the random stock footage of a rocket and it clicked. Okay, who is this guy?
All right, let's get it.
Seems like he is indeed a physicist. Also an author, a radio show co-host, founder of Uan Theory. He describes it on LinkedIn. Oh, okay. A super awesome theory of everything. So he's a crackpot following in the footsteps of Michio Kaku and Eric Weinstein. That checks out. Sounds like Terry found this guy, offered him a bunch of money and publicity to pretend that his bull...
Because, guys, it doesn't matter whether you work for NASA or not. That grift is too strong. I'm telling you guys got to... I deserve a little appreciation here for not just joining up when they offered me the MAGA cult membership, okay? Like, this is my Andrew Callahan moment, and I'm going to continue to bring it up, okay? Andrew Callahan got offered job at InfoWars when he got canceled. He didn't take it because he stood on his values, because he's a real American, okay? I did not take the cult membership when it was offered to me, all right? Because I stand on my values. I'm a good moral American, all right? This guy probably got offered an ungodly amount of money to agree with Terrence Howard on PBD's show. $10, 5 alarm, but I had steak already. I guess we could eat a cheeseburger too. We could make that happen. No way I saw him advertise this dude. He knew he's loony. Sesame on that bun. Max, I couldn't sell out. I couldn't. If I sold out, Max would call me out for that shit, and then like I'd feel all ashamed and stuff. Like my own mocking would work against me.
Bullshit means something, and then covered his tracks by having PBD say, "You guys have never met." Anyway, this intro goes on way too long. Let's just get to the actual start of the conversation.
So for most of us, when we think about Terrence Howard, we think about an actor. We think about Iron Man. We think about different movies he's been in, right, all over the place. But one day in 2019, when he retires, he talks about he has some findings. He has certain patents. He has 90-plus patents.
He didn't retire. Most of Hollywood just refuses to work with him. And we've already dealt with this 98 patents bullshit. That's just a lie. So this should be rich.
And then Terrence and I start speaking, and he says, I want you to put my white papers through any kind of AI to look at it and have some folks look at it.
Well, we just saw how pathetic it...
Bro, I literally was thinking while peeing, I was like, I need to plug this shit into AI to have it explain to me like a 5-year-old. Like, that's literally what I was thinking while I was peeing. Me and PBD were on the same level. I don't know if that's a good thing for me. That's actually not a good thing for me. I'm like, what if I asked ChatGPT if any of this shit made sense? I wonder if does ChatGPT mock people? Will ChatGPT be like, look, Terrence Howard's wrong. Please stop. You guys are degrading society. Stop spreading misinformation. Grok probably would. I bet Grok would.
His fake paper is, so that's not going to go very well. Hopefully that happens during this interview.
Exactly.
When you and I were speaking, we're going back and forth. And Pat, can you read this? Can you read that? Can you read this? And I'm reading it. It's as if I'm reading a different language, right? Because this is not my space. I'm not in this business. I'm not I'm good in numbers when it comes down to financials, but different when the numbers that we're talking about here. However,
look, when I'm scamming an old lady out of her retirement money, I know how to do that shit pretty goddamn good. All right, like there is no one as good as me when it comes to stealing money from old people's retirement accounts. Okay, like I don't know if that's actually what he did, allegedly. Hey, this is all comedy. Don't worry, it's just jokes. Legalized comedy. You know what I'm saying? PUD? Fucking.
Yes, you never studied any math, so you can't tell that this is a bunch of fake math. That's not surprising.
It's got sweet
And of
symbols.
course, Terry is rocking the goddamn Panama hat and headphones over the hoodie.
I was gonna say, hold on. He's got the hat with the hoodie, with the robe, with the headphones over the hoodie. Holy shit. This is just a level that I just can't get on. My fit is not tough.
Yet again, so he clearly hasn't had any sense knocked into him over the past few months. Let's go.
So then we decided to
for
let's
longer
now
than that,
challenge the idea of gravity.
Longer
and
than
we,
that.
in comparison to a resonant.
I think what you're talking about, Talia, the diamond grade element that will charge a battery for 57 years, they trapped an isotope in a synthetic diamond as a battery. And if I remember right, it was more than 57 years. Wasn't it like 500 years or something like that? Because it's one of those technologies that if they were to harness it, it would be great for space travel. I was thinking about that. I was like, technology kind of moves forward at like an exponential rate, right? Like the reason that we've moved from as quickly as we have from the horse-drawn cart to flying in 747s is because the way that this kind of thing exponentially moves forward. Now, every time I say a big word now I feel like I'm fucking Terrence Howard up here. I just like the word, okay? It fucking works for what I'm saying. Stop judging me, okay? But I think about that battery and I'm like, damn, dude. Like, if you think about, like, the idea with AI is that once it's capable of learning on its own, that it'll reach the singularity. This is what I learned from the Ray Kurzweil interview, okay? I learned this from Ray Kurzweil, that it'll reach the singularity, and the singularity is where it's like we have no idea what's going to fucking happen once it's able to do that. Like, what would happen if an AI could cure every single cancer in like 10 minutes? What would happen if AI were like, yeah, cells degrading is a problem that could be solved and you could live forever? Like, that's the kind of shit that like blows my mind. And when I read about that battery, I was like, dude, what, like, where does it go from there? Like, what do you, I mean, I guess at that point it's just about space exploration, right? Like, it's about like reaching out to the fucking ends of the universe and trying to find other life. That's like what I think about when I think about something like that. Because if you solve, like, as fucking Terrence Howard said, He's gonna give away free energy to the to the whole planet because like F off, like guys, legalize comedy, okay? Like, what would you do? Like, we're already having a like severe crisis in humanity with purpose. We already have this like overwhelming issue with not being able to find purpose and reason to our everyday lives. It's so bad at this point that people like Terrence Howard are just becoming human new age bullshit generators. Like, what are we going to do if we get to a point where like everything has an infinite battery? You can travel to the ends of the universe. Like, we've discovered it just seems like one of those things that's like too big to think about. And if I go too far, I'll end up being Terrence Howard. I would watch the shit out of that one Iron Man movie. Would watch the shit out. Dude, I wish I was an Iron Man. Dude, I'd be all about it, dude. I'm actually, you're actually out of your element reading this stuff? Yeah, me too, dude. Me too. The singularity is near. I agree with that because, like I said, once AI gets moving, and I do believe that AI behind the scenes, what like governments are using are light years ahead of what we're using, and what we're using are just like large language models, and we're using them to suss out information and figure out fake ass equations. But obviously what the government is spending all this money on right now. That's one of the reasons that I think, not to give them any excuses, but why tech oligarchs got in Donald Trump's pocket is because they want to be the people that make that leap. They want to be the Newton. They want to be the Einstein. They want to be the person that's remembered through history as being at the forefront of AI, for good or for ill, when it does reach that singularity.
Model, like the universe is
or Elon Musk
not based upon force, but based upon
we'll find another planet to fuck up.
But
that's probably what it's going to come down
frequencies. So we decided let's put the
quantum computing
in the proper place, and let's since we are saying that this is the common factor that everything comes from it. Let's put a number of linchpins in rotation and see if we can rebuild the planet Saturn.
And we're off to the races. Terry is in a permanent state of mania. It's breathtaking. Gravity exists. You don't know what resonance means. Forces definitely exist. You don't know what frequency means. Putting your dumb shape in the proper place doesn't mean anything. Nothing comes from your dumb shape, and you've never built a planet. I already regret deciding to do this.
Well,
I'd be building
able
planets
to do
in
that
my
without gravity, without dark energy, without dark matter. And without animation. Literally rebuild the planet Saturn in a simulation with the hexagon at the top.
I need to bring Terrence Howard on for an interview.
They will take this seriously.
Gotta be amazing.
People don't take it seriously because it is specifically an animation. You've never simulated anything.
I forgot, you don't attack somebody's God. Gravity has been their God for a long, long time.
Who's God? The traditional scientists?
Science. All of the world.
Gravity isn't a god. It's just a thing that exists and we study it. You should crack open a middle school textbook and start learning about it instead of humiliating yourself on the internet.
If I'm on a set with you doing a movie, would I meet this Terrence? Like, if we're sitting, we're not shooting, we're sitting, we're waiting for something. Are you speaking to me like this or
questions?
No?
This is the only Terrence there is.
Terry is telling the truth here. He's always acting like this. Many other actors have reported that he never shuts the fuck up about this stuff on set, which has to be incredibly annoying when you're preparing to shoot a scene.
The only Terrence there is the one that's trying to change the world. I want to read about that. That's trying to provide the free energy. That's trying to provide the new geometry that will allow us to fit
Jesus
with
Christ,
the
Talia, don't say things like that. I know about Bohr. I know about his
Again, Terry doesn't know what free energy is. He thinks it means not costing anything. He doesn't understand 8th grade geometry. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I fit in the universe just fine. And I'm sure as shit not competing with it, so this is meaningless.
I would love to talk to Mel Gibson, because Mel, I see his mind always jumping.
You haven't?
I haven't. Have never had the pleasure of meeting him.
You've never met Mel Gibson?
Never met Mel Gibson.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Mel's a little busy making another...
No, guys. Please, for the love of Christ. Pun intended. Oh, my God. Never let Mel Gibson and Terrence Howard get together. Like, dude, MAGA would 100% elect Mel Gibson and Terrence Howard. Dude, we can't let this happen. Oh, fuck, I gotta move. dude, the economy is going the wrong way for me to sell my house. How much money do I need to get into Canada? Like, who do I need to bribe? I can see America's future. Like I'm a prophet right now. I'm feeling very prophetess. Okay? I can see Mel Gibson, Terrence Howard, or Kanye, Terrence Howard, running and these people electing him. We are so cooked. Oh my God, that would be the singularity.
Shitty Jesus movie at the moment. Also, since you think you're God, that would probably upset him. He's not a big fan of blasphemy,
Yeah, thank you,
and
Sally.
he's a hitter.
Share it in the Discord
Oh wait,
for me,
that's
please.
something you have in common. Wife beating. Maybe you'll get along like
snap.
peas and carrots after all.
Because there are no straight lines. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The greater the action, the greater the reaction. The greater the reaction, greater the resistance. The greater the resistance, greater the curvature, which means everything is curved. So measuring the universe with straight lines and with flat planes is an illogical and irrational thing to do if you're measuring curved, living, moving reality. And that is what they refuse to change.
Straight to the classics, I see. Hey, dumbass, there are plenty of curves and curved surfaces in math. They're kind of everywhere. Starting in 7th grade algebra. Stop whining about what mathematicians are doing when you can't even keep up with little kids with braces.
When even watching Weinstein, Eric, with you, it's like, look, we love what you're doing, and you know,
But stop doing it.
Yeah, but stop doing it because peer review. You're not one of our.
Oh, he's fucking up right here. That's a bad call. Dude, PBD knows Eric Weinstein. Weinstein hates peer review. That is a real bad fucking route to take right there, my friend. Wow, even I know that. Like you're gonna use Weinstein as saying peer review is necessary to say that what Weinstein said about Terrence Howard isn't actually applicable. Wow, he's got to know that. He knows Eric. I'm pretty sure he knows Eric. Like if Weinstein's telling you your shit is so dumb that it'll never survive peer review, like you know that shit's gonna, like, it's not getting passed because he's the anti peer review guy. Like he would be saying it. In this case, Eric Weinstein would be agreeing with Terrence Howard that his shit is legit because of the fact that peer review is bad, that he doesn't agree with it. The fact that he called Terrence Howard out on all this shit is all the actual evidence you need that what Terrence Howard believes is crazy, because even the guy that has a bunch of conspiracy theories about the science community wouldn't agree with Terrence Howard. Oh, thank you for the $20. $20! Thank you, Gnome Domed. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. It's like it's the Shakespearean quote of our generation, Gnome Domed. I don't know whether to laugh or to cry. It's like to be or not to be. That is the question. It's like to laugh or to cry. That is the question. Holy shit, dude. Oh, I got to offer maple syrup. But, dude, I'm going to be bringing maple syrup from the States to Canada. I mean, that's like bringing fucking champagne from New York to France. They're not going to take that shit, Mitchell. They're going to be like fucking, they're going to take one sip of my fucking Vermont maple syrup. They're going to just take a little bit of it, and they're going to be like, they're going to get the sour face. They're going to be like, and then they're going to probably fucking deport me. And you're like, what is this shit? And we get fucking kicked out of Canada. I didn't even get in because I brought fucking shitty maple syrup. What is this? This is some grade B, some amber. It's not even dark. I don't know enough about maple syrup. I should stop right now. I'm just offending every Canadian in my audience. I am so sorry, guys. Nana, I'm sorry. Mel Gibson and Stallone as Hollywood ambassadors. Oh God. No, Kevin Sorbo. Nana. You throw Mel Gibson and Kevin Sorbo up in there. That's the tag team right there. That's the tag team. Eric Weinstein is an open bucket. That's actually impressive. We love your kind up here in the north. All right, but do not bring maple syrup. See? This is not financial advice. All right. I've been on here my allotted 3 hours. I'm only supposed to do 2 hours, and my wife's like, you're not going to do 2 hours. I'm like, yeah, I will. I'll only do 2 hours, dude. Don't worry about it. Like, I get permission to do this show on the non-stream days. And I'm like, I'll only be on there for 2 hours. And she's like, no, you won't. And here I am, guys. Here I am at 3 hours plus on the stream. So I have to go talk to my wife. I have to go actually family time or I'm going to get in trouble. Then you guys, like, I'll be grounded. I know you told me that, Nana. I remember that. I remember you telling me about you and Kevin Sorbo. I'm sure he wasn't, like, totally insane back then. Look, almost every person that is insane now, I once knew as being, like, a cool individual. Rob Schneider. Thought he was super fucking cool back in the day. Loved him. He's fucking nuts now. Kevin Sorbo. Like, many a day was spent faking being sick and sitting at home watching Hercules and Xena. That was, like, high school or whatever for me. Loved that shit. Loved that shit. Mel Gibson. Always been kind of crazy, actually. What am I talking about? Okay? Like, there's so many of these people. I'm telling you, Andrew Callahan's theory of radicalization when it comes to traumatic events, security and safety, and connection, like, I'm telling you, it's pretty fucking spot on. Because every one of these people have, like, career-ending events. And I've even said, like, there is something to be said about certain cancel culture. Like I said, I don't even like using that term because I don't agree with the definition of what people call cancel culture. Boycotting has existed forever, okay? But sometimes I do think that paths to redemption were not offered to certain people. And, you know, certain people got out their pitchforks, got out their tiki torches. Tiki torches are kind of a racist symbol nowadays, but you know what I'm saying. But it's crazy. It's crazy how many people I've seen just, like, lose their goddamn minds. People that, like, I love. You guys know, in your families, and some of you have significant others. I have people in my family that you, like, love and appreciated them, and you've always known them as being good people, and now they will not fucking give up this, like, crusade to stop the trans in the bathroom and the grooming of the kids and immigrants murdering the peoples and fucking America's getting the short end of the stick, brother. It's so crazy. Canadafornian, Chim Caviezel. Yeah, that's another one. What's the one dude? Fucking Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid's another one. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Kirk Cameron. Yeah, I love Bill Burr. Bill Burr, I'm so glad Bill Burr's here. Bill Burr's keeping us together. All right, guys. You guys can see the Aegis dropping their Discord there. If you want to stay in touch outside of YouTube, you guys can jump up in there. Bill Cosby. Yeah, that's a different case, I think, Golf. He didn't go crazy so much as he just did some real bad shit. Yeah, Randy Quaid was great. I liked him too. Yeah. Anyways, if you guys want to join up with the Aegis, 5 Alarm just dropped the Discord link in the chat. So join up. You can talk to cool-ass people like Silent Siren and 5 Alarm Fire. I myself is on there. Naughty Nana does. I sent you a link, or I put one in a comments. I'm bad at technology. I'm super bad at technology. I'm sorry if I keep messing this up. But you can get the link from 5 Alarm if you want to join us. Me and Pep Talks are over there. I don't know if you know who Pep Talks is, but he's a good dude. Go join Pep Talks channel. Go join Professor Dave's channel. Go join Naughty Nana Does' channel, because we can't do this without you guys. You guys are the community. Go join 21st Century Suffragettes. Every cool channel that you can think of. Like, go support those people. You guys are what makes it happen. We're just here. We're just talking. We're just trying to be your voice. We're doing our best to, like, actually, like, make a difference. But really, at the end of the day, you guys are the ones that make the difference. So, just want you guys to know that. All right, guys. Thank you to everybody that donated. Thank you for the people that joined the Angry Ginger Army. Thank you for the memberships that were gifted tonight. And we will be back tomorrow at 5 for our normal stream. And yeah. All right, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you next time.